Hey everybody, an all-new edition of Craft Brewed Sports starting up here in just a minute. It is Christmas week. This is the first time we've ever done a show during Christmas week, so we are celebrating accordingly and rating our beers on the Santa scale, from John Travolta as Santa in those weird, creepy Capital One commercials, all the way up to Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa. Scott, what do you got in your mug this week?
Well, since it's a special time of year, I'm going with 2 beers tonight. I also don't have to work tomorrow, so that's factoring into it too. But they're both of the naughty sauce variety here, with Christmas right around the corner. But the first one I have in my mug is Golden Milk Stout on Coffee. 5.4% ABV. This one actually scored higher of the 2, which is why I started out with it. 4.16 caps on Untapped. I'm also going to end up drinking Cinnamon Roast Crunch, which Mike had at one point, but yeah, I'll let you know how that is later. This coffee one, though, to start out, I am going to rate this the Homer Simpson version of Santa, when he angrily sat upon the throne as Santa in one of the earlier seasons of The Simpsons before it stopped being funny.
I like that you called
I
it.
rate that highly.
I like that you called it Santa's throne. Very good, very good.
That's right,
Drew, what do you got in your mug?
I've got Sphere Eversion. I think that's what they mean to say here. It's an IPA, a session IPA from Resident Culture Brewing Company down in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a good beer. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds, and as such, I'm going to rate it as the I'm just going to call it like it is, the drunken, mildly racist old Santa at the Veteran Affairs Christmas party that you always got taken to back in the day as a kid, because everyone kind of knows what they're getting into when that situation starts and it kicks off, but then you don't know how the night's going to unfold, and it could go one of 2 ways. It could either end up extremely great, where he gives away all the gifts to me and the other kids are left with nothing, or things could get weird, as it normally does with a drunken grandpa veteran. But we'll see how it holds up. I'm very excited for it, and I love this trip down memory lane because it's helping me relive my youth.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that got really weird really quick, Drew. Appreciate you, man. Right off the tip, going weird.
This is what I do.
Hanging out with us tonight is a friend from Belly Up Sports, Ryan McCarthy. Ryan, what do you got in your mug tonight?
Gentlemen, happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. I have, from Slickbin Brewing in Fort Edward, New York, the Lone Star Chocolate Raspberry Imperial Stout. It's an 8.3 ABV and a 4.19 caps on Untapped. It's a chocolate stout, and it's delightful. So I am thrilled to be getting this brew, and thrilled to be drinking it, and it's 8.3, so let's see what happens at the end of the night.
Ryan's going to be feeling really good.
I feel good already. For the Christmas spirit, my friend.
Fantastic, and thanks for hanging out with us, man. We're going to talk with Ryan tonight. We're going to do that hockey with him. This week, I am drinking. I don't speak French, but I think it's pronounced Joyeux Noel. I don't know. It's French for Merry Christmas. That's what this is.
It's Joyeux Noel.
There you go. Thank you for speaking French for me.
It's my 6 years of French in high school. That's what it was.
It's only correct that Mike mispronounced a name on the hockey show. So
thank you, Scott, for catching that. This is from Diebolt Brewing, a 7.5% ABV brew, 3.61 caps on Untapped, made with cinnamon sticks, orange peel, just a classic winter Christmas ale. So I'm going to give this one a classic Santa Claus rating of Tim Allen in the Santa Claus, one of my favorite Santa Clauses that's out there.
Which one? Which one, though?
The first one.
Only
the first one. I don't pay attention.
Garbage.
I wanted to clarify.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure.
I don't pay attention to the rest of those. We got an all-new edition of Craft Brewed Sports. Chime in the chat. Let us know what you're drinking and rated on the Santa scale, from weird, creepy John Travolta in the Capital One commercials all the way up to Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa. All new edition starts up right now.
Bounce back game for me.
Hey, everybody. It's Craft Brewed Sports. It's Wednesday night. It's time to get drunk. Drew's talking about a bounce back game for some reason as we come on the air. That's twice. 2 weeks in a row that Drew's talking about something randomly as we come on the air. Like,
I'm pretty sure
Like he's
that
never
you
sat
have,
through the intro before.
No, you have our mics muted until after that, because Scott and I will chop it up, and I'll just be like, all right, fine,
No,
I'll just talk, and then when he allows me to speak to the audience, Mike will flip the switch.
I am Mike. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. This is Craft Brewed Sports. We're going to get drunk and have some fun tonight. Great show coming up. Ryan McCarthy from Belly Up Sports. He is the head of the hockey department, ladies and gentlemen. He's also the host of Around for the Weekend and No Credentials Required podcast. He is hanging out with us tonight. Ryan, how you feeling tonight, man?
Merry Christmas, gentlemen, and to everyone who's watching as well. Or if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. Appreciate you having me guys on.
Yeah, man, super glad you're here, and I apologize. I didn't realize I still have the chroma key set on your input, so you are fading into the background. In your
Nice.
Oh, awesome. I just see myself on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row that the green screen has got us on the show. We're just
Ryan,
Monster.
if it makes you
Awful.
feel any better, just like last week, this is not your fault. This is all on Mike.
You can blame me. Scott, how you feeling tonight, man?
Feeling great, feeling good. Second week in a row of a show on vacation. So,
Always.
good. Coming in hot.
Always good to hear. Drew, you are much more sober this time around. How you feeling today, bud?
I'm here. I'm glad to be here. Like I said, bounce back game from last week. Hopefully a bounce back day from last night, because I am now also on Christmas break. So I got pretty excited about that when I signed off work. It's weird how excited you get setting an out of office automatic reply in Outlook, but
it's
like
such a good feeling.
That's what did it for me, because that happened and it was like, oh, well, let's go drink some really good beer tonight. And like 4 hours later, we still hadn't even thought about dinner. So, I'm real excited to have Ryan here. I think we're gonna have a great show. It's a hockey night in the Speakeasy. I don't know if we need some sort of phrase for when we do hockey specific shows like this, because with the season right around the corner, I think it's bound to happen more than just once.
Yeah, I agree. And we are going to do some doing that hockey a little bit later on. We are also, God help us, Drew's taking the wheel. I don't know how he talked me into this, but Drew is taking the wheel later on in the show. You do not want to miss that train wreck that goes on. We're also going to do some basketball. We're talking basketball a little bit later on, and of course our picks for this week. Before we get into all of that, though, let's give a shout out to our friends over at Beer Drop. Listen, everybody, if you want award-winning craft beers delivered directly to your door for under $4 a serving, our friends at Beer Drop can hook you up. Just fill out your flavor profile, sign up for one of their monthly plans, and they will curate a box of fresh, award-winning craft beer that will be sent straight to your door. You can swap out beers, add more, or even skip a month. And if you don't like commitment, you can still go and order delicious beers to be delivered right to you. Just go to craftbrewedsports.com/beerdrop for $5 flat shipping. That's craftbrewedsports.com/beerdrop.
Right now.
Hey, Mike, real quick. Beer Drop. Would that make a good gift for a family member or relative that may like beer?
That would make
their
a
taste?
great gift. And also what you can do if you're a late shopper, since Christmas Eve is tomorrow, just go to craftbrewedsports.com/beerdrop and get them a gift certificate that's good for a 3-month membership. All you got to do is just hand that over to them. Then they can go and fill out their flavor profile. But do that, craftbrewedsports.com/beerdrop. Do it right now.
Do it now.
Do it now. Go craftbrewedsports.com/beerdrop.
And then come back and listen to the show.
Right now.
So wait a minute. Does this mean that I just told on myself that all my family members that get these gift certificates in like 2 days will know I just forgot to do anything and then decided to pump up the show's numbers?
Yep, you sure did. You sure did, bro.
All right, well,
You then
at the end of
further
the day-
exposed yourself by saying it.
Yeah, you
At
could
the end of
have.
the day, they get beer. Everyone wins.
You could have let it go. Ryan, I am.
Nope.
I
You
am
don't want to
all.
expose yourself on a live show, Drew. Just want to say that. It's not an OnlyFans account.
Wouldn't be the worst thing he's done in the show.
Ryan, as the
true.
guest, I would like you to lead us off for On Deck tonight. So, Ryan, when you're ready, you are on deck.
As a bigger guy, I usually don't lead off, but I guess in honor of the show, I might as well do that. I'll be huffing and puffing by the end of the segment. So I did some research on since we're doing that hockey tonight. I wanted to start off with the story I found on ESPN.com, and I just want to preface this with a question: what's the longest you've ever been away from home?
Maybe like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Not long enough.
Not long enough. What about you, Drew?
That's what I'm trying to think of. Like maybe 2 weeks, not much longer than that. I would say.
Okay, and the same for me. I went on a trip to North Carolina back in 2014 for 2 weeks. It was the best 2 weeks ever. I didn't want to come home, but ESPN had an article on their hockey page today. Arizona State. I don't know if you guys knew. Arizona State has an NCAA hockey team.
Pretty good one too, right?
Pretty decent one. So they decided this year for the 2021 season to start on a road trip. That road trip lasted 36 days.
Wow.
36-day road trip. It is insane. I'll tell you some of the stats that went into this. So, all in all, they traveled about a little less than 5,000 miles through the air. And this is going into Michigan, going into Wisconsin, and then going back to Arizona at the end. Almost 5,000 miles. It's like a pro trip. I mean, it's ridiculous.
But I've been told by the NCAA that they can't do that this time of year or any time of year because the students come first and their education can't take a back seat. So how is it that they can go on a 36-day trip, Mark, if we care about their education?
Well, that's
because they got a waiver.
Oh, they got a waiver. Oh, I was going to say they had tutors with them, and also they're hockey players, so they're already intelligent. They don't need to be taught a lot.
No, hockey players are pretty. They're pretty
worldly. They're with it, man.
Yeah, they're very to the point on schedule. So everybody's online classes are the thing now. I got my graduates. I graduate my bachelor's this year. I did all my
congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
That's huge achievement.
Is Mark Emmert paying you guys? You guys sound like it's just like, what the hell is going on?
Scott, don't take college sports from me, especially college hockey, man. The Frozen Four is one of the best sporting events.
I mean, that's
a good
fine.
time.
But I
Get it
still
last year.
And
I
we
just
didn't
want to
get it
poke
last year.
holes in their defense of them not being able to do certain things in certain sports because they care about educations and it's finals times and blah blah blah.
Now, are you saying, Scott, that we shouldn't be poking holes because they have a pitchfork on the front crest of their jersey? Is that why you're saying that?
Oh no, I have nothing against the school specific at all. It's legit. I just hate the NCAA.
How do you feel?
I'm gonna stop beating around the bush. Mark Emmert suck, and I hate the NCAA. Okay.
How do you feel if you decided to go to Arizona State? Like you're like, listen, I want to go to Arizona State where it's nice, it's warm weather. Sure, I play hockey, but I'm gonna chop it up in Arizona State, and then you have to spend 30 days in places like Wisconsin and where else? Minnesota, like during the winter. I'd feel so cheated. This is
I know
such
it's almost like a warm weather place shouldn't have a hockey team.
So, but
the ball set and spike.
Weird.
Thank you, Scott.
Wow.
you're glossing over the real tragedy here is for the seniors on the team. This is their last year in that it's Tempe, right? ASU's in
Tempe, Arizona.
It's their last year in
Somewhere where
Tempe
there's
with
no
all
ice
those
ever.
Sun Devil co-eds. Like those.
Oh
poor
God,
guys.
it's getting creepy again, Drew. You didn't go very long.
Always have to
You
go
always
there.
go
You
creepy
started it with the
co-ed.
Arizona State. They have to go spend time in Wisconsin.
I was talking about we're talking about schools and games, and then you turned it to co-eds.
You go creepy all the time
Why
on
is that a
that.
bad thing?
I was gonna say, so I'll just stop saying what everyone's thinking. I mean, fine. If you and Mike want to keep beating around the bush, go ahead.
Well, Scott, I'm gonna blow your mind here. There's actually a hockey program in Huntsville, Alabama.
What?
NCAA.
Are you
Really?
serious?
Yeah, Huntsville,
Yep.
Alabama. UA
Does-
Huntsville.
Does Saban coach it too?
No, unfortunately, he doesn't.
Okay. I just figured. I mean, might as well.
Well, here's
that'd
some
be a great
of the
crossover.
fun figures. Well, here's some of the fun figures from this trip. So the trip cost about $200,000,
Jeez.
and around $90,000 was just food alone.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
How much
their budget
Chipotle do
was
you think
food.
they eat?
But nobody could have handed with them a sandwich on the trip because that would have been a violation.
only if you were coming from like not on the campus. So if it's outside, then you wouldn't be able to get that sandwich. But it was just crazy. I mean, they had COVID testing every day. They had different guidelines for COVID, but they had no positives. They had absolutely zero positives on this trip.
That's amazing. That might be the
That
most
is
amazing
impressive.
part of this whole story.
Again, hockey players.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
imagine
their
that.
intelligent level that keeps them from.
I was
getting
gonna
COVID.
say, imagine that. What happens when you actually obey the guidelines that are put in place? Crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, let's go ahead.
let's
Ryan,
say,
sorry.
but guess what their record was during this road trip?
How many games did they play over that 30
They
was
games?
played
gonna
12.
say, yeah.
They played 12 games.
12 games. I'm gonna say they went 8-4.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say 4 and 8.
Actually, Scott, you're close.
Oh God.
I'm gonna say 5 and 5.
I am the resident hockey expert, so that's not.
They went 4-6. They went 4-6-2 because they still have ties. In the
I
NCAA.
knew they had ties. I was gonna say that. I was like, I bet there was a
penalty
tie in
shootouts or
there.
overtime losses. So it's just
Yeah.
win, lose, or draw, like it used to be in hockey.
Like we had it back in my day. Damn it.
Back in my day,
All right, just play until someone scores or
it
someone
was win,
drops.
lose, or kiss your sister.
Ooh.
Ryan, well done for your
I
first
think
ever.
that's a good transition for
yeah.
getting into Drew.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Drew,
that leads
you're
in
on deck.
perfectly to Drew.
What did I do? Maybe I should just get hammered before every single show.
You
It
should.
can't work out any worse.
Drew, you're on deck.
So, speaking of it not working out any worse, one Australian guy did have a really bad day a bit ago here. 7 days ago, detectives in Australia stormed a 40-year-old man's house, and they made an arrest over international felony charges. You know, when I say
Australia.
this, yeah, in Australia, and when I say this, I'm sure people's minds jump to things like, you know, drug trafficking or, you know, robbery or murder.
Dingo's eating your baby. Go ahead.
Dingo's eating your baby. Yeah.
Dingo's
They call that,
baby.
yes, homicidal bestiality. But anyways,
Oh,
it wasn't any
what?
of that.
What
It
are
wasn't
you
anything like
doing,
that.
Drew? What are you
Leaning
doing?
into it, man.
What kind of show am I going into, guys?
Don't lean into it like
What?
that.
First
Hitting
coeds,
weird.
not bestiality. I mean, God almighty.
Dude, that's
Dingoes were eating babies.
oh my God.
Is that too far? That's too far.
That's not bestiality. That's
I understand it's not actually,
This
but
is our last ever show with a guest. We won't be using this one to show any of
well,
the
thanks,
people we'd like
2020.
to
You've
get on
gone
the
too
show.
far.
I think I just found
Yeah.
where Cam's gonna clip for the sizzle reel.
oh boy, yeah. Well, hey, that'll get us under a minute, or get you guys, since I'll no longer be a part of it. That's fair, I suppose. Anyways, dude
Just
got
the nameplate
arrested.
will flash. It'll just say Drew, and then it'll go to the next thing.
Oh no, you'll edit me out like a guest halfway through a reality series when they do something awful during filming, and they go, "Yeah, they're done. Like no more."
Well, if
they
you
don't
keep
get any
wearing
more
green
airtime.
shirts, we won't have to edit you out at all. You just edit yourself.
Man, dude, that could have been such a cool segment had I planned any of it better than, you know, just flipping it off at the change in the intro, just changing the jersey. I should have just whatever. Anyways, dude got arrested for organizing an international table tennis gambling ring. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
quite the build-up for that story.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, see, I got too weird, I guess. I don't know. Either way.
You did,
Reality too.
Yeah, you went
International table
betting
tennis.
ring on
Betting
table
ring,
tennis.
Yeah. This is serious
Drew brought
stuff,
the
man.
hard hitter this week.
Right? This gambling ring netted almost $500,000 US in profits for folks. Like, we're talking serious coin here, okay? Like, a lot was poured into this investigation. They brought down this international ring, and honestly, the world, not just the sports betting world, the world is better for it because
Yes, because we need to stop the scourge of betting on table tennis.
look, if I can't trust that my bet on an Eastern European table tennis matchup is going to be executed in an honorable way, then what do we have in this
What are
world?
we doing here? If you
What are we
can't,
doing
if
here,
you
man?
can't
Don't
bet
you
on table
remember-
tennis honorably,
Don't you remember the things that Stevie listed for someday at Christmas? This was one of them. And so we're about to have the best Christmas ever because we've stopped this table tennis ring.
Yep.
All of our
Brought
dreams have come
legitimacy
true,
back
guys.
to the game.
oh,
I
fantastic!
didn't realize that gambling on table tennis was legal in Australia. I thought it was just only legal in Macau and Kentonica, that betting planet in The Last Jedi.
I mean, it's apparently legal in what is it? New Jersey, Indiana,
But
and Colorado as
Oh, and
well.
Tennessee. It's bet online betting, yeah.
But
Yeah,
Drew,
so-
wasn't it? It's not so much that he organized the ring; it's that he was fixing the matches, right? Like there was a fraud component to this. I don't think he was just arrested for gambling on it. I think he was arrested because there was match fixing.
It was match fixing. Yes,
yeah, okay,
that was the international gambling ring portion of it. Was
it helps to
fixing.
read the story before you.
Oh no, I read this story. I read this story like 4 or 5 days ago.
You guys
I just.
You know what needs to happen now? We need to have a 30 for 30 on ESPN of this particular gambling ring.
This table tennis ring.
This table tennis fixing ring. Oh man, what have I told
I'm
you?
sure
That
you'll
there was an
find it.
online table tennis fixing ring in Australia, the Wild West of Oceania.
Oh no! It was headquartered in Australia, but they had tentacles all across the world, man.
Tentacles all across the world.
Oh yeah,
They were Hydra guys.
they were getting into Hong Kong, China.
I understand that
Ukraine.
reference.
It was all over.
You got that reference. Good for you, Mike. I'm so proud I can make that reference
Yes,
and you now understand
I
it.
understand it. Drew, that was a good story. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
That's
Oh,
whatever.
God,
Tonight's
that
not
was-
my night either.
You
So let's just
All
pop
done,
some
Drew.
beers.
All done.
I'm
Drew's-
gonna call the kitchen for backups here.
Drew's so mad. Just do a Kong Bong. You'll be fine, man.
I'm seriously
It's all
considering
good.
it.
It's
'cause
all
God
good.
damn it. This is
Uh,
what happens when I try.
All right, I am on deck now.
Where's that
you
gif of
Siri.
at least you tried from Bart Simpson, the cake?
Seriously.
Drew just throwing the cake in the trash.
Good job, Drew.
All right, guys, listen. As you all know, I am a former NCAA collegiate
Athlete.
mascot. That's right. Back in my Xavier days, I was the Blue Blob. It's a near and dear time in my heart. That one season when I got to mascot for women's college basketball, it was amazing, and I loved every minute of it. There was one mascot that I always admired, especially back then when Xavier was in the A10. We played St. Joe's, and the St. Joe's Hawk, if you don't know, this kid is on a full scholarship. The mascot is on a full scholarship, and the reason why is he has to flap his wings all game long. It starts about 2 or 3 minutes before tip-off, and then he goes all the way through until the final buzzer. Even during halftime, the kid has to be out on the court flapping his wings. It has something to do with, like, Hawks never say die or something. I don't know. It's weird. There's been all kinds of really cool things that he's done. Like, at one point, he got into a fight with another mascot. The mascot tried to put a tire over him to keep his wings from flapping, and the guy got it over his head. His bird head flew off, and he chased after the ram, still flapping an arm, trying to fight this mascot. One of the best mascots in college basketball, and one of the coolest mascot traditions. Well, COVID obviously has taken a toll on everything in college basketball, and this year is no different. So this week, St. Joe's played Tennessee, and they got waxed. It was a beatdown. But the mascot wasn't able to travel to the game. They weren't allowing non-essential personnel, and apparently in this racist world, mascots aren't considered essential, which I think is bullshit, and that's a whole different... That goes back to...
mascots are, others aren't.
That's
He
a
clearly
fair
didn't
point.
make the cut.
So what this guy did was he went on Instagram Live.
Dynamite dropping.
Staying on brand, bro.
What this kid did was he went on Instagram Live as the Hawk and flapped his wings during the entire game. Sometimes to as low as one person on Instagram Live watching him. There was no audio, nothing. It was just him flapping his wings to the camera, looking dead at the camera for 2+ hours, and then at the end of the game, they just stopped the camera, and that was it. It was amazing, and yes, Chase Carl with the perfect comment there. The dude's traps must be insane. Yes, those guys are actually insanely yoked, and actually, there's been a few females that did the St. Joe's mascot as well, also insanely yoked. So there you go, guys. That's my story for you this week. St. Joe's mascot doing St. Joe's mascot things.
So
So
wait,
quickly before it ends, Drew, how do you
Yeah.
I'm want to tie it into co-eds?
I'm
Or
glad you
bestiality.
asked. I'm glad you
Or
asked because I want to know, Mike. You only did that mascot thing for a season?
Yeah, well, I didn't do it my freshman year. It was my sophomore year. And then junior year, I faded out pretty early. So, yeah,
I was just
only
gonna say
did it 1 year.
it felt like it was like 3 years where you were the mascot and we were creating memories and doing things.
It was good times, man.
Man,
It was very good times.
we never went to class, did we?
Nope. Sure didn't. Thanks for saying that in something that my dad is watching. All right. Hey, Dad, I love you. Scott, pull this ripcord. You're on deck.
It's not where I meant that to end up either, but go team.
Oh, good God. It's a big week for maskless trip to the titty bar, which, I mean, if you're going to go to the titty bar, you might as well be maskless. Am I right?
Depends the quality of titty bar.
Why else would you go to the titty bar if it wasn't going to be maskless? But
The buffet.
oh yes, the wings. That's right, Magic City. I am the official titty bar update section of the show. So Dwayne Haskins and everybody's favorite lazy piece of shit James Harden these days both got busted this week for going to the titty bar maskless. In Harden's case, he probably did it on purpose because he's trying to do anything he possibly can to get his way out of Houston. Meanwhile, Dwayne Haskins is getting called out by the likes of Ryan Leaf, which, you know, if you're doing something and Ryan Leaf says it's like looking in a mirror, you're probably doing the wrong thing, bro. In fact, Ryan Leaf came out on Twitter and said, quote, "Listen, this is exactly what you think it is, utter ignorance. There's something about the brain chemistry of an elite athlete that has everything and feels slighted and hurt. You have zero impulse control. No one will tell me what I cannot do. I swear it's like looking in a mirror," end quote, which is really weird because I missed the part where either one of them became elite athlete, except for kind of sort of at the college rank, but I guess that's neither here nor there.
Your first round draft pick, like, that's kind of elite, right?
I mean, accidentally, there's been a lot of wrong first round draft picks, so it's debatable whether or not Haskins should have been. Now, in Ryan Leaf's case, yes, definitely elite for him. But yeah, so Ryan Leaf is out here dropping sage advice on Haskins about going to the titty bar without a mask, which is also funny because this wasn't the first time that he got a COVID-related incident. So he got stripped of his captain duties and fined by the team. A hefty chunk of change. So. But the best part about this is it pivots right into the story of, since we're talking about the Washington football team, hey, is anybody super excited to get the update on what their name's going to be?
Yeah, they had to have come up with something great.
They did. They came up with something that you're like, wow, that really honors their tradition and moves things forward in a way that will be non-controversial. So the Washington football team has narrowed it down to Daniel Snyder's two favorites, and now this could change. This is just his current favorite. But his two current leaders in the clubhouse are the Washington football team and the Washington football club.
What a dick move.
Alrighty. So
actually,
we spent months and months and months with the football team name, and that may be what it is.
Look, man,
forever?
I got to be honest. I don't hate it. I'm not opposed to teams just dropping the name. As much as I say, hey, I was a mascot and mascots are important to me, I'm fine if there are no more mascots and no more team names. Like, just be Washington. Like, screw it, right? Who cares?
I guess,
you
except
guys
for
are
if
missing the
anybody
point.
ever
This is
buys the
not
team,
soccer.
you know they're going to rename it.
Yeah, see, that's it. No, see, Ryan's getting to the point here. And actually, what's happening here is Dan Snyder is playing 3D chess while we're all playing tic-tac-toe. He is outgaming all of us because what he's doing by calling it the Washington Football Club is basically preventing any soccer team from coming into that market using similar names or anything like that, therefore keeping them out of his market, so he has that stranglehold over those dollars in fall athletics.
I'm impressed that Dan Snyder would be that smart to come up with that plan.
He's absolutely not. That's not real.
He's
not,
totally
but
just
what-
an idiot. Like,
one of his
you
accountants
give him way too much
was-
credit.
Yeah, one of his accountants came up with it, and he said, "I like more money."
Money me, money now. As Kelly's
Exactly.
mom would say.
There you go.
This is Kelly would say.
Scott, good stories. This was a good on deck,
Sunny
fellas. This was a
reference.
very good one. Again, on deck brought to you by Beer Drop. Go on over craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. Still time to get a gift certificate to give to somebody on Christmas. craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. Hit them up today.
Do it now.
Do it now. Do
Real
it.
quick, should we talk about our other sponsor, because the way the comments are going, Mike, we'll have to pull that bong out here.
Oh,
any minute
we
now.
will definitely be talking about that sponsor as soon as I'm
Any
very
DC United doesn't count.
I am
That's
very
not-
happy with everybody gaming the system, typing comments one letter at a time in order to get us to 100, just so that we can see me do a Kong Bong live on the air.
Do
And
you have?
I'm happy
Do you
to
have a
do it.
live count over there?
Now it just
Charlie
pops
is
up.
accurate with his take.
It just lets me know when we hit 100. I get a little notification, and then I get excited and we do that. But before we do all of that, it is time for everybody's favorite segment on this show.
Oh, yeah.
Scott, get ready because you've got something to live up to with Ryan McCarthy here with us. So, ladies and gentlemen,
as they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Yeah, buddy.
let's do that hockey.
Yeah.
Lots of news. Scott getting into character. He's got his jersey. He's ready to
do
go.
this.
His sweater, excuse me.
All's
He's
right with
ready
the
to
world.
go. Yeah, so Ryan, you, besides hosting 2 different podcasts and writing for Belly Up, you've just got promoted. You're the head of the hockey department at Belly Up Sports. I'm interested because Scott is a hockey expert. Scott knows everything there is to know about hockey.
Oh, is he now?
Yes, Scott is amazing. So
Clearly.
what I want to do first is let's talk about the news. Scott, why don't you fill Ryan in since he's taken over the hockey department. He needs something to write about. What's going on in the hockey world?
That is not going to be how I fall right into this trap of yours
Whoa.
that you're trying to set, sir.
I don't know what
I
you're
am
talking
not
about,
going
man.
to do the man's job for him.
I don't
so
know
I
what
will
you-
let him bring the news. We finally have a date ready to
Wait,
go.
Scott.
What is-
What's the more breaking news? Did you see that? Can you bring up our listeners up to speed on the latest breaking news?
I can give you a
no,
hint.
I cannot because I don't want to spoil the fun that Ryan is about to bestow upon us.
Backing
I
up.
appreciate you putting this burden on me. Apparently, I'm the ass tonight. So
Yes, no,
put
go
this
right
burden-
ahead.
I'm your beast of burden when it comes to hockey. So, first things first, we have a season. We have new divisions. We now have a scheduled date to start the season, and now we have a schedule.
And did I see correctly too, Ryan? We might have advertisers on the helmets this year.
Boo.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
so
we're gonna
strange.
Have advertisers in the helmets. Cool. Well, I mean, considering how much the league lost in advertisement money last year, I can understand it. I mean, I saw one tweet today. This gal went on a rabbit hole about how it's helmets first, then it's jerseys, then it's pants, then it's skates, and this that. I'm like, whoa! You're a little bit. You're overreacting just a scotch. Okay. Let's just pay
Okay,
attention to this season.
my main question that I wasn't able to find an answer to because I hate ads. I don't like that they're infiltrating any of our
boy.
sports, but whatever. But it's not going to affect the super awesome goalie helmets, right? Like they're not going to start covering those up with ads, right? Because then I'm going to fight somebody.
Well, I'll answer that question, but first, a word from our sponsor. Sell out. No, no, only the skaters, the primary skaters. No, the goalies won't have. I don't think the goalies will have the helmets. Have the advertising on the helmets. From what I understand, they'll just have the original. They'll just have their paint design, which is awesome. So, I'm. Like I comment in the chat. What jersey is Ryan wearing? I'm wearing a New Jersey Devils St. Patrick's Day jersey.
Oh, damn.
I was gonna
So
say, just
camera
typing that
off.
out here.
I got that.
Glad you saw that. Yeah. So
Captain C.
here's the real thing. All you hockey purists, yeah, because I'm gonna throw that out there.
What's
It's
up,
not
son?
that bad.
What you talking about?
Just calm down. It'll be fine. The same thing happened when the NBA put sponsors on their jerseys.
And
Look
it's
at the way
shit
they
to
do
this
it.
day. What about it?
Get over it. Look at the way they do it
I
in
am
Europe.
over it, but it still looks
And
like
really,
shit.
what this is this is bringing us a step closer to the club jerseys from NHL 21 and the way people can customize the shit out of that and create some real dope looks. So, look, this is good. This is progress. It'll work out fine. We'll see more dope designs that really fold the ad in a way that it looks
I
invisible.
can't wait until
Just
the
calm
Minnesota
down.
Wild Wolf is eating the Target logo. That's gonna look really.
See, that would be fantastic, right? How cool would that be?
It's playing fetch. It's playing fetch. It's
Yeah,
it's not eating. It's playing fetch.
Yes.
Also, I can't wait any longer. Guys, Nikita Kucherov is out the entire season.
Yeah, Cooch, man.
Cooch,
Yeah,
it just
Kucherov.
said that
Cooch.
Yeah, I saw
He's
that.
gonna miss-
you hate to lose Cooch.
What do we do without Cooch, Scott? How is that going to affect Cooch's team?
This
Aren't
is
you
gonna
guys
be
married?
a rough
Don't you know
season
it's like without Cooch?
Well, wow, Drew, that was a little bit rude. Why don't we bring up the co-eds? Anyway,
Why do you think I bring up the co-eds? Whatever, fine. Don't read between the lines, Scott. It's okay.
Jesus God.
Look, if there's one thing we learned,
I don't know what's happening
no,
with Drew
if there's
this
one
week,
if there's one thing we learned about last week, it's that your wives watch and mine still couldn't be bothered. Because both of yours were like, wow, stuff looks great. That was a great show last night. And Jenna was no comment.
But she really, really liked it when we had Nappy Roots on. So
That's true.
It was
Yeah.
life-changing stuff.
It was.
Scott,
Shout out Fish Scales.
Scott, let's talk about this conference realignment that Ryan mentioned. So how is that going to affect, who's going to benefit the most out of this realignment?
My Avs, because they're taking home the cup this year, baby.
Oh, okay. You think they've got the best draw now?
Yes, they've got the guns for it. So this is their time. They're coming back, bringing back the mid '90s swag.
Fair enough. Ryan, do you agree that the Avs benefit the most out of the conference realignment?
No.
Love it.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
It is my opinion.
Bang up analysis.
Who,
right there.
Ryan? Who gets the benefit?
You know, I look at the schedule. I think one of the Canadian teams gets the benefit. To be honest, I mean, Colorado's got to travel two different time zones. They got to play Minnesota and St. Louis. They got to play in Arizona, Los Angeles, San Jose, Anaheim. So they got to travel across two time zones on different days. A Canadian team might have the advantage. I think the East might have the biggest advantage because they have the least amount of miles to travel per game. I mean, it goes from Buffalo to Carolina, and that's it. All the other divisions, like from Florida to Columbus, the West is the craziest one because you got all those time zones. Same with the Canadian team, you got all those time zones. So if Montreal has to play a game, they have to play a game in Vancouver. Do a back-to-back in Vancouver, then travel to Edmonton or Calgary and do a back-to-back there. Then come all the way back home to Montreal and play a back-to-back against like Toronto or.
Is Canada in their own division now? Is that what I'm
Yes.
hearing? Oh man, there we go, Scott.
Well,
We talked about that last
curveball.
week, man. Come on, keep up.
But here's the wicked curveball. Because I pay attention to things up north because we're doing that hockey. Different provinces Ontario's going to shut down starting 12:01 a.m. on Boxing Day, which is December 26th. So, and they haven't given their thumbs up or thumbs down to whether or not the Leafs or the Senators can play in their respective arenas.
Well,
so there's talk.
They won't let the Senators play. The Leafs will always play. Nobody.
Of course,
needs to see
because it's
the
Toronto.
Senators. Yeah, exactly.
Scott, you're awfully quiet during this analysis. Like you were.
I told you what I think. It's
loaded
Avs
up.
all the way. They're gonna win against not only the time zones that Ryan talked about, but the rest of the East and the West as well. So they're gonna beat 3 opponents this
Okay.
year. So that's gonna be the most impressive title that you've ever seen.
We clearly have a difference of opinions here from the experts. So I think we just need to, Drew, I don't know if you're with me on this. I feel like we just need to figure out who the
gotta get to the
expert
heart of
is.
this.
Like, we got to know who to trust in this
Our
whole
fans need to know who to
hockey.
trust.
Yeah, because, like, okay, Scott props himself up as the hockey expert on the show. We get the head of the hockey department at Belly Up Sports, and there's immediate disagreement. So I think we just need to go on and figure this out, right? So, guys, we're gonna put you guys to the test. Okay, we're gonna go expert versus expert to determine who is the expert when it comes to doing that hockey. And you will be known forever as the hockey expert on Craft Brew Sports.
Before we go on, Mike, I just want to note this gentleman in the chat. It says,
JB,
wrote in
goddammit.
all caps. It's because this new guy is so wrong. And when you know it's in caps, you know it's a solid point.
Yeah, that's JB. You just learn to ignore him sometimes. Like, you let him go. You're like, I know, JB. I get it. All right, so Scott, I'm gonna go to you first. I have a question for you. We'll do this questions. We'll just do. We'll keep track. See who is the actual hockey expert. So Scott, who won the Conn Smythe Trophy in 1996, and what team did he play for?
Crap, 1996.
Yeah, don't Google it.
You're probably purposely trying to trip me up, so I'm gonna go with Joe Sakic with the Avs.
Damn, I did not think you were going to
You
get that.
son of a
Holy
bitch,
shit.
You're not gonna get
I
me.
did not think you were going to get that.
Me,
That
you
was
motherfuckers.
that was very good Googling very quickly and quietly. I'm very
Googling?
proud of you.
I'll hold my hands up here, son. How dare you?
I am so mad you got that right
ready to go.
because I was
Wearing his
ready.
jersey.
I was so ready to burn you for wearing
because
his
I
jersey and
thought
getting it wrong.
These assholes are gonna do something, try to make me look like a complete asshole. So what would they do? Ask a question about Joe Sakic. I'm just gonna go for it.
All right, fair enough. Ryan, you are up. This is a very difficult question, Ryan, but you're a hockey expert, so I feel like you should get this one.
Expert-ish.
Which famous Penguin currently wears number 87?
Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, very good. Man, I don't know how you got that. How did you get that?
Sons of bitches.
That is
Confidence
difficult.
there. No hesitation whatsoever.
Man, such a
I
tough
see how
question,
this is
and you
gonna
went
be.
right away. Very, very well done.
Oh, yeah.
Scott, over to you.
Wait, hold on, Mike. You want me to jump
Yeah,
in
go
here
ahead.
with
You can
of
get
mine?
one,
Let me-
Drew.
let me
Go
throw
ahead.
one
You
here
guys
at
are real
Scott.
pricks, but let's go.
All right, Scott.
I nothing to do
This-
with this, Scott. FYI, just want to let you know.
Oh, I know this is all their masterminding. I can tell.
Hey, look at all the credit he's given us for scheming over here.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Drew did show prep, baby.
Oh, so much. Scott, this NHL goalie was involved in a 1992 trade 3 times in the same offseason and twice for the same player. Who is he?
Patrick Waugh.
Incorrect. Are we going to allow steals? I don't know, honestly, if Ryan, you even want to.
No, I don't think Ryan doesn't need to prove himself
doesn't need
like
to prove
that.
himself at all, actually.
Your
Right.
questions for
He
Ryan
is
are
the
tough
Schwab,
enough.
if you will.
Just
Yeah,
give
he is
the answer
Schwab.
on that one, Drew, and then we'll.
The answer is Stéphane Beauregard.
See, Scott, what do you do?
Stéphane
How do you miss
Beauregard.
that one?
Cool.
All right,
That's a-
go ahead,
cool.
Drew. Fire one off for
from
All
Ryan.
right. All right, here we go, Ryan. And here's your next one. What do fans throw on the ice to celebrate playoff success?
So, I'm sorry, I missed that last question because Scott was chuckling.
Yes. What do
Missed the last
fans throw on the ice to celebrate playoff success?
Do fans throw on the ice for playoff success?
To
Are you
celebrate
talking about
success, or to as part of their team winning or marching towards a cup?
Depends on the team.
I would
Yes.
accept that
What are-
answer.
Well, for the Red Wings,
Yeah.
when they score a goal in the playoffs, they throw octopus.
Correct. Ding.
See,
No,
Drew
it's-
did
it's
not.
octopi because
Drew
it's
didn't.
more wrong.
Drew did not
Wrong.
clarify because the correct answer also could have been catfish. Like there was a
Right.
lot that you could have gone with there.
Shark
So
Fish is Nashville. The rat is Florida.
there
Yes.
you go.
Yes.
So
Very well. Actually, and for a bonus point, Ryan, why did they throw rats on the ice in Florida?
Because of Scott Mellenby allegedly killed a rat in the 1995-96 season in the old Florida arena.
My man.
Man,
my
all right.
man knows his hockey over here.
all right, Scott.
Also, the one that was left out, but is much. less
Are we gonna
common
talk
was
hockey?
Scott,
Are we
sharks
gonna
being thrown on
talk
the ice in San Jose.
hockey?
Yes, we're talking hockey. This is.
We're
I need to
talking
know
hockey.
who to trust, Scott. Scott, yours next question. The oldest player to play a game in the NHL was Gordie Howe. How old was he when he set the record?
He was 70.
He was 52 years and 11 days, Scott. Terrible showing. Ryan,
Wait, do you mean NHL or do you mean professionally?
NHL, according to
Okay, 'cause he
Wikipedia.
did play a series in the IHL for the Detroit Detroit Vipers back in the
Yes,
90s
the Detroit
when he was in
Vipers.
his 60s.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
this was
there's a one
NHL
record
only.
that Wayne Gretzky can't break.
Yep.
That was his.
Love it. By the way,
Ryan.
JB has completely come around on Ryan in just this short period of time. He goes, okay, ... New guy is better than Drew. Lowest bar cleared. But hey, congratulations, Ryan. Well
Ryan,
done.
Ryan, your next question, very difficult one. I hope you can get this one. Since Stanley Cup was won by the Lightning, what city do they call home?
Tampa Bay.
That is
Or
correct.
St.
Very
Petersburg.
good.
Or St. Petersburg.
How did you get
Depending
that?
on
Man,
where you go.
that's well done. Very well done. Drew, we got to speed this up a little bit. So
I
let's.
can name the Conn Smythe winner. It was Victor Hedman, by the way.
You don't need to show off, Ryan.
guys
We got
with
it.
the
You're
show
good.
offs. Cool.
You're good.
All
Drew,
right, you want me? I'll throw another one at Scott
Yep.
here. We'll speed it up. Scott, which player was the first in the NHL to score a full-strength power play, short-handed penalty shot, and open net goal in the same game?
Your mom.
I appreciate the sentiment, but if that's the case, we would have had a much nicer house when I was a kid. No,
I know. I know this answer.
Go ahead, Ryan, for the
It was
steal.
Mario Lemieux against my New Jersey Devils on December 31st. It was 1988.
Yes, sir.
Go
Wow.
ahead, Drew.
Nailed it.
Go with Ryan's question. Scott, you are getting killed in this. What is happening here, man?
I hate you both so much.
Dude, we're not the ones who have really
You're
let
the
you down
expert, Scott. I'm so disappointed in you. Go ahead, Drew, for
here.
Ryan.
All right, so here's my other one, Ryan, and this one's hard. This one will push you a little bit.
Phrasing.
Hey-o. Appreciate that reference. What is the neutral zone?
The neutral zone is the zone between the two blue lines.
Correct.
And correct. The neutral zone is the area that you turn off whenever you're playing a NHL video game because icing is bullshit. Icing is a bullshit call.
I gotta be honest.
Actually,
I'm giving
no,
Scott
see,
credit for that. That is
no,
exactly what the
Mike,
neutral
A
zone is.
neutral zone
No.
infraction. I'm sorry.
No, he doesn't get credit for that because what he means is you turn off
Offsides.
offsides.
Offsides,
So
yes.
no,
Offsides.
wrong. Even there, you're wrong, Scott.
They're not playing
Go to
roller
hell.
hockey. It's ice hockey.
Yeah, I always thought that was bullshit.
All right, I have two more for you guys. I'll just go one each because
ahead,
in the interest of time, I'll go one more each. Scott, which all-time great has the record for the most time on the ice in one playoff game as a forward?
Like Madonna.
No, that is incorrect. It's Jaromir Jagr, 59 minutes and 8 seconds
Yeah,
on
way
May
to name a
4th,
forward.
2000.
Coincidentally, it's almost his age.
Yeah, it is. Ryan, for you, this one's very difficult. Who is the orange Muppet-looking Philadelphia Flyers mascot that launched an online campaign to be deemed essential and was recently granted permission to be inside of Wells Fargo Arena this year?
Ryan,
let
tell
me
him his mom.
think.
His
Oh,
mom.
gosh, this is really difficult.
And I love Miss Burlon, but just say your mom. and
You
that's
are
the answer.
correct, Ryan. It is Gritty. Very well done. Man, that was a good one. That
See,
you did.
I told you,
did very well.
some mascots are essential.
Yes, they
Just
are.
Not the hawk.
Hashtag mascots are essential.
Yes, sir.
Drew, go ahead. Hit Scott with one last one.
All right. Which player won the Hart Trophy and Conn Smythe Trophy in the same season and then repeated the feat a second time?
Wayne Gretzky.
Incorrect.
That's a good guess, though, Scott. I would have said
He
the
at
same
least
thing.
played hockey. You're right.
But I'm not a hockey expert, so Ryan's up for the last question here.
Wait, what was that question?
What do you want, Scott's, or you want me to give you yours?
Oh,
No,
he's just curious.
I was kind of sort of listening to the question. I just want to
He's
ask
showing off. He wants to answer the question.
Which player won
Bill
the
Snipes,
Hart?
Stelly boys.
Which player won the Hart Trophy and the Conn Smythe Trophy in the same season and then repeated the feat a second time?
I want to say Mario Lemieux.
Ooh, it's a good guess, but no, Bobby Orr.
That's okay.
yes.
That's only your first miss. Go ahead and hit Ryan with
Okay.
his last
and
question.
It was on a steal, so it's allowed. All right, here we go. To wrap this up and to finally settle the debate over who the hockey expert at Belly Up and therefore Craft Food Sports is,
What does NHL stand
Ryan, what is the puck made of?
for?
Galvanized rubber.
Oh, and he even got the vulcanized. I was going to give credit for rubber, but yes, vulcanized rubber is correct. For
I gave you
extra
guys too much credit by asking
For extra
NHL
credit,
questions.
what is the temperature of the puck at game time?
69 degrees. Everybody knows that. That's an easy one.
Giggity.
Hockey expert.
It has to be freezing because if you don't have it freezing, it bounces everywhere.
Yes, so they try to do it around 0 degrees centigrade, and then it'll warm up over the course of the game, but they keep them in freezers on the bench to rotate them out, kind of like in baseball, just not as often.
Ryan, because you have established yourself as the hockey
Clearly
expert,
dominant male.
you are the hockey expert at Belly Up Sports, and therefore here on Craft Food Sports, you've unseated
Yes,
Scott.
congratulations. You stole the title from me. You had hard. A hard
I'll only take it
mountain
for
to
this week,
climb.
Scott. You can have it next week.
Tyson.
That's fair.
Tyson is asking a question of the hockey expert, Ryan. How do you think Corey Crawford will do as a new starting goaltender in New Jersey?
He'll do fine.
That's a very good question.
Scott, you're not an expert. Shut up.
You can just see yourself out,
You
son.
sit down over there and shut up with your jersey. Ooh, I got a Joe Sakic jersey. But I don't even know who won the Conn Smythe Trophy in 1984.
Look, I got
More
one
like
of
Joe
That was Wayne Gretzky.
Nutsakic.
I got
Or
one
Mark
of your
Messier. Which
bullshit
one?
questions that you two little girls sat up and giggled about plotting against me. So the fact that I got one of them is enough to call it a victory.
I'm still pissed about that, Mike.
I'm
know you
furious.
are. I know you
Well,
are.
and you know what
God
really
damn it.
sucks? You know what really sucks about it? So I had picked somebody else, and then I was like, oh, wait, there's Joe Sakic's name. I'm going to go that route. And I should have done the year right
Yeah,
after
you
him
bitch.
just to get you. I'm so disappointed. in
you-
myself.
you would've
worked
tripped
it
me
in
up, too.
later because Scott was already
Right.
he was coming in thinking he had a shot, so
Yeah.
he still had confidence.
Right,
You
right.
throw that in third
Yeah,
question.
coulda
you probably
switched
would've
it
screwed
up.
it up.
Coulda
Yeah, well,
switched it
you
up.
guys are dumb, so there we go.
Well, you know, it is what it is, man. You're not an expert.
No,
now you
Corey
know it.
Crawford. So Corey Crawford, New
Corey
Jersey.
Crawford.
I think he'll do all right as long as he has as long as their defense holds up. Last year they had a really difficult time with defense. They lost. I mean, I remember back in the beginning of the season, they had a 4-goal lead. They surrendered it in the third period. They let 4 goals in. They let the last one in overtime. That kind of sank their season. So that was their season basically in a nutshell. They could score goals, but they can't play defense. And
That
it's
would
gonna
never
depend-
happen with Martin between the pipes. I'm just saying.
Well, Marchand was a system goalie. Brody Brodeur is a system goalie. So.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
Wow.
Neutral zone trap, man. Neutral zone trap. But
He was one of the most amazing goalies of all time.
He was very good.
Ryan.
He won my doubles 3 cups, and I will never forget that. But yeah, I mean, as long as the defense holds in front of him. Plus, he's got Mackenzie Blackwood to backstop him just in case he goes on a bad streak. And you know, he just got signed to a 3-year contract this afternoon. Mackenzie Blackwood did. So I remember him playing in Albany back in the day when the Devils were around for their minor league team of the AHL before they moved to Binghamton. So, but I think it depends on how well they play defense. They got Lindy Ruff as their head coach now. He's a very he depends on the forecheck a lot in terms of keeping the just playing solid defense, playing solid team hockey. I think they'll do okay. They might get a playoff spot. I know they're going back to the original 8 teams per conference formula instead of the qualifier this year. So I think it'll depend on how. I think they'll be all right. They're not quite at playoff yet. I think Corey Crawford's going to have a solid season. He gives some solid advice to Blackwood when he goes in the pipes. But I think he'll do all right.
That's expert
That's
analysis.
They
analysis
need
right
to
there,
bring
right
back
there.
Satan.
And
There's nothing like having a Satan strolling about the ice with devils on the front of him. Is the best thing
That's
to
true,
happen to hockey ever.
Scott JB wants to know, what does New Jersey do with Patrick?
Oh, what does New Jersey do with Patrick? I don't know. They're probably not happy he's there in the first place. Those New Jersey fans are not that far off from Boston, so my guessing is that they're not too thrilled about him being there. So they'll find a way to work him in sparingly. He might play 3/5 the time some of the other players, if you will. What? Did something happen?
That might have been the
Scott.
best joke you've ever made on this show. Good Lord, that was well
Yeah.
done. By the way, that was going to be one of the questions I asked you, was name all of the black hockey players in the NHL and then watch you suffer.
Not fair. We know that I can't do that.
PK Subban, Seth Jones.
Okay, all right, we got it. You're a hockey expert. Yeah, we don't need any more. Thanks.
Bill Snipes, Silly Boys.
Scott, I will give you last word. Anything you want to say to take us out to do that hockey tonight?
As they say in hockey, we did that hockey.
Sure did.
As they say, hockey,
Fantastic.
let's do that hockey.
Scott, I'm disappointed in you. I do need to get a goal horn sound for you for
Yes.
that segment. I
Yeah,
really
you
need
do.
to.
Or just for the show, period.
Just
man.
in
That should
general,
be
yeah.
front and center.
Actually, I do have a question for Scott before we go on to the
okay.
next topic.
Yeah.
What's his favorite hockey movie?
Ooh.
Mighty Ducks, hands down.
Wait, which one?
The original.
Drew, why are you so hung up on sequels tonight? Like, you want clarity on all of these sequels. Santa Claus, which one? Mighty Ducks, which one?
Make sure that we're not rating the entire franchise
to be fair,
as one
though,
thing.
To be fair, though, I do really like Miracle on Ice. Like, I mean, that's a good movie.
That's a good one.
It's definitely just because as a kid, you know, you're watching Mighty Ducks. It's got the nostalgia factor. That's all.
I actually watched it last Saturday night. You know who was in that movie? I didn't realize was in that movie. Jussie Smollett.
What?
Oh yeah,
Jussie Smollett was in Mighty Ducks.
That piece of shit.
Are you serious?
He was Terry Hall.
Wait a second. Are you joking me?
I'm not joking. Look it up on IMDb.
Yeah.
Dude, this just blew my mind. See what
Blew my mind when I saw the credits.
See what info we get from actual hockey experts, Scott?
Oh my God.
We did a whole segment about hockey movies a few weeks back, and you didn't even mention that.
Yay, being in a movie, okay? So just move on.
Guys, I'm having a blast.
Oh, shoot.
He's credited, and he was nominated for the Young Artist Award for Outstanding Young Ensemble Cast in a Motion Picture, which is an Academy Award.
I think
Maybe not.
this
I
is
don't know.
false.
I don't know what this thing is. It's a Young Artist Award. Oh, okay.
And my third favorite hockey movie is Happy Gilmore. Just throwing that out there.
Solid.
I don't know what to say.
Jenny also wants to know how many days until hockey tryouts you got to toughen up.
I gotta get back in the gym. I'm a little James Harden on my hockey right now, but don't worry.
Time at the strip club.
When the puck drops, I'll be good to go.
It's
That's all that matters.
preseason, man. I got you. It's all good, Scott.
I'm warming up, baby.
Scott and Ryan, thank you for doing that hockey tonight. That was very well done. I appreciate it very much.
Right.
Let's talk some
Are we
basketball.
at 100 comments yet here? How
No,
close
it
are we
has
on
not
that?
hit 100 comments yet. Oh wait, we did. We just hit 100
You
comments.
fucking asshole.
No,
See,
it literally it just hit. It just hit right before Cheryl's comment. So that means I'm gonna do this Kong beer
Wait,
bong.
so does Cheryl get an award or something? I feel like our 100th
It was
commenter should
actually
be-
Jenny was the 100th comment. She asked how many days until hockey tryouts. You'll have to toughen up, and that was the comment that put us to 100.
That is a great comment.
that is a good one to do.
Jenny, I'm so happy for you.
So
Mike,
this
I'm gonna do
is-
this with you if you want to do it split screen.
Oh,
or
I
you can
can't-
just see your shame.
Why
in
don't
front.
you just wait and you do it right after mine? How about that? So this is the Kong beer
Are
bong.
you sure you wouldn't look less bad if I go first?
Yeah, I'm positive. I can bong a beer, bro. We've
Are you
talked about
cancer
this.
positive?
I'm cancer positive about this.
By the way, my wife and I got in a fight about that this weekend. So thanks, Scott. You fucking dick.
What? Wait a minute, coming in hot. You got into a fight about it, and I'm getting yelled at. What the hell happened?
Well,
Yeah,
that
'cause
sounds
she,
about right.
she told a story about it, and I didn't remember. And I was like, that didn't happen. I know what happens on my show.
Well, Drew was also three
that
sheets
right
to the
there
wind.
We know is a lie.
Drew was hammered. He had 3 bongs before the show even started.
You don't know what happens on our show before, during, or after. So you should have known right.
No,
then
I
and
know
there.
this week because I did prep, son.
Yeah,
I
well,
did prep.
I
You
knocked
did
one of your
prep.
prep questions right into the stand.
Well, you knocked
No,
one of
you
my
knocked
prep
Mike's
questions.
prep
It wasn't his.
question.
It wasn't
damn it.
Drew's. Yes,
Yeah,
that was
nice
100%
try.
mine. So this is a Kong beer bong. This is a koozie for your beer. That converts to a beer bong. It is a fantastic product. It is a way to get hammered very easily, and probably one of the coolest things that sponsors the show. So if you want one of your own, just head on over to craftbrewsports.com/beerbong, and you can get one of your own. They've got a deal going on right now: buy 2 get 1 free. So once you pour your beer into the koozie, all you got to do then is disconnect the old beer bong hose and
And the show goes off the air when Mike spews all over the keyboard.
Is it good podcasting to just have Mike doing a beer bong in the middle of a set? Why not? Fuck it.
It
sure
ain't
is,
over.
baby. Sure is.
Oh, there it is.
Attaboy, well done.
Drew, you're up for your beer bong, bruh.
I also want to say, as part of the sponsorship read or whatever you want to call it, I'm so excited for the summer with this thing because you could just leave this bitch floating in the pool, and as it floats by, pick it up, put your beer in, and then put it back in the pool, and the chlorine will wash it out. It's gonna
Put
I'm
the
so
bong
excited.
in your mouth, Drew.
It's science.
Science.
This is really going to help me out with our fire and ice challenges when I lose to Jenny when FC Cincinnati loses the Columbus Crew. I'll be able to bong those much
Damn, that's how
easier.
you do that.
Also, you disappeared into that. That was kind of weird. You faded out, but I dig it.
Why? I'm not
Craftbrewsports.com.
wearing green today.
No, it's just the way the chroma key works. Craftbrewsports.com/beerbong. Hit them up. Get your beer
I
bong
look extra
today.
bullish in this. I'm so white.
If you guys want to win your own, we're giving one away. All you got to do is follow us on Twitter at CraftBeeSports. That's all you got to do. As soon as we hit 1,000 Twitter followers, we're giving one away to one of our followers. We're really close. I really want to get it before New Year's, so tell your friends, go follow us. Drew, you're laughing.
I got breaking news.
Yeah.
The Texans want to continue to just lament in futility as a mediocre football club because they are interviewing the one and only Marvin Lewis
They've
for
completed
their
that
head
interview.
coaching job.
They already
they
interviewed him.
completed.
Yes, it's
So they want
he
to make
is.
the playoffs, but not actually win a game. Is that you're
So basically,
saying?
they should have just kept Bill O'Brien around instead of firing him and continue to pay him for the same thing with Marvin.
Well, the good news is when he finds out he's interviewing, he'll know to back out because that's not a real thing.
Thanks, Scott.
Now there's
No problem.
Just like the
Scott's
word
so
not
mad.
interviewing.
Scott is so mad that we tanked him on Do That Hockey. He is so furious.
I'm going to hone in on everything because you guys
He's
are
so
giant
mad.
a-holes.
He's
you
so
know what,
mad he
man?
can't pronounce words.
No, that's what's making fun of Drew because he said
That's what I thought.
interviewing.
Yeah, Drew-
Like, yeah, that's what's making.
Yeah,
fun of
no,
him.
Scott was just pointing it out to be a dick.
Yes. Oh yeah, totally. I was just going for the dick.
Which I get, man, but it's fine. Shit
Uh,
happens, bro.
All right, let's talk some basketball real quick.
Do you even know who Bobby Orr is? We should start with
I
that
know.
question.
I know who Bobby Orr is.
All
He was
right,
one of those.
good.
He was one of those ones who skated around without a helmet like an idiot.
All right, yeah, I mean that's fair.
He's also like the godfather of hockey.
Do you actually? I was supposed to ask you this question. I didn't, but do you know what a Gordie Howe hat trick is?
Oh, I know this one.
Gordie Howe hat trick.
Yeah.
I used to know. I'm blanking, but I did know once upon a time.
Can I
Mike,
give
you
this?
wanna take a
Can I give
stab?
this? Whole have an assist and fight in the same game.
Fighting
There it
major.
is.
Yep.
Boom! Ya boy nailed
Wow.
it.
So does this make Scott the lowest rung?
Scott
on the
has dropped.
hockey
Look,
ladder now?
there's a reason why I wore
Tied
my.
you're both tied for the for in your score for in that quiz. So
Yeah, but Mike's Irish. They don't even know what hockey is.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I'm Irish. I know what hockey is. Hockey is.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I hate you both.
Yeah, God, Ryan and Mike, why you gotta be so mean to Scott?
I'm sorry, Scott. All right, let's talk basketball. Basketball
My first
season.
and last appearance on Craft Brew Sports. I was mean to Scott.
Oh no, Ryan, you're good. It's definitely.
Yeah, you don't control the booking too.
this is
Or
Scott-
Scott doesn't control the booking either. So
This is Scott's last appearance on Craft Fruit Sports because he's gonna
Oh,
quit.
you
He's
sons of bitches.
no, I'm not kicking you off. You're gonna quit. You're just gonna walk off the
The
show and pout
shame.
and be all whiny about not being the hockey expert. It's not my fault. You don't know the answers to the questions, and Ryan knew it. Don't be mad at me for that, Scott.
it'd be all whiny.
You teed that up for a week, did you? Cool.
Poor Cheryl. She's
No.
gonna have to deal with him now too. He's gonna be so mad. Are you gonna go and buy NHL 21 and the PS5 now, or are you gonna never play that because of this? Did you get the NHL Rewind at least? It's free.
Why is Drew still talking? Can we go to the next segment?
Scott, you're looking very Tiger Woods esque tonight with the black hat and the red Nike shirt. You were looking super Eldrick. Just wanted to throw
I'll
that
take
out
that as
there.
a compliment.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm just throwing that out there. All right, let's talk basketball. Basketball started up last night. The Nets came out. KD looks like he's right back in form as the Nets handle the Warriors, and then the Lakers drop their game to Scott's excitement and happiness. They lose to the Clippers after being down. They were down like deep at one point, right, Scott? You were watching that game. You're big into this Lakers season.
Started from start to finish, all the way from tip. I scored 38 points with Jordan and managed to win the game, so it was really nice.
You're okay. Did you watch any of the NBA last night? Any of it?
Oh, you're talking about watching? No, I
Yeah.
I got 2K on PlayStation 5. I thought we were talking about that. Because yeah, I dropped 38 with Jordan on the 2000 to 2001 Lakers. I was showing them who was the most dominant team, as I was the Bulls, the 95-96 version. So
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you had some NBA experience last night.
I did. There was games going on, so I had to game.
You so you didn't watch any of it. Ryan, did you watch any of the NBA last night?
I watched a little bit of the Nets Warriors spanking last night. We had a group chat on Collide, which is one of our partners with
Yes.
Sports. The Hardcourt Honeys had a chat. I was hoping James Harden would be there because I wouldn't feel so bad about being so rotund. So I watched a little bit of that game while I was cracking wise about a sport I really don't pay attention a whole lot to anymore, but know a little bit about. So I mean, I'm hockey head. I got into things about hockey. Basketball. I'll dabble here and there.
I've made the hard, fast rule that the NBA does not start until Christmas Day. And so as it was yesterday, I was sitting there and I got, the updates about the stuff. And I was like, oh, that's cool. They're getting their final preseason games. Oh, shit. It's the season openers. I thought they opened on Christmas. I legit thought that they took my advice, but instead, for some odd reason, they decided they'd schedule random games just before. Like, what are we doing? The games don't count until Christmas, so whatever just happened the last 24 hours doesn't even matter.
Well, it does matter, and it counts. And also, this was like one of the shortest off seasons we've ever seen in NBA history.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea how LeBron is going to hold out. Like, let's face it, LeBron has been a busy dude. He takes the Lakers to the NBA Finals in the bubble. He's off for like 3 weeks, and now he's back in. He's 36 years. The dude is my age.
He's got an
Like-
asterisk next to his most recent title.
Whoa,
He's struggling
whoa,
through
yeah,
some
but
things,
whoa.
man.
Did you
Title's
see
still
that
a title.
ring?
Whoa.
Did you see that ring?
I did
that thing
see
is
that
real.
ring. Yeah,
Did
and
you
also,
know, did you know that the Lakers got rings, but the Clippers got PS5s?
yeah,
I was
why
gonna
did
say,
why
so-
did they get PS5s? I saw that. What was that all about?
Sounds like the Clippers came out ahead. I'd rather have that than a fake ring.
I was gonna
for
say,
a
I
fake
don't
But you
know.
have
championship.
one already, Scott.
I know, so I would have one that I could hold over somebody else's head. I'd be like, I got 2 PlayStations. You
Does-
have none.
Does the PS5
Nobody cares about
hurt?
a ring with an asterisk.
That's worth
next to it.
$30,000.
Nah, it's got an asterisk
Yeah.
next to it. They'll give me maybe $30.
Oh boy.
Why
Do you
did
think the PS5 gift though is going to hurt the Clippers' preparation for the season? Will it interfere with their, off-court?
no? Because
film
Kawhi's
study?
Kawhi's a fun
I'm not
guy.
worried about that happening. Because Kawhi, it seems like all the off-season diva stuff that we found out about the last couple of weeks. That's what's gonna undo the Clippers. They don't have to worry about
Here's
the
my
PS5
question.
taking them that far.
Here's my question. Steve Ballmer owns the team.
Yes.
Steve Ballmer was part of Microsoft.
Thank
Why
you.
didn't the Xbox One.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Because
Is
even
this?
Steve Ballmer
Yes.
knows the superior machine.
because you answered your own question, Ryan. He was part of Microsoft. Now he's basically getting back at his ex-girlfriend any way he knows how. So that's why his team's Sony.
But he's like, yeah, I know which one doesn't suck. So here, you can have these PS5s.
I gotta know something. Like Steve Ballmer was part of the whole Microsoft empire. Like you've seen that video of him and Bill Gates and the other guys dancing on stage during the Windows 95 launch. Does he have that same dance during Clippers wins?
100%.
For sure, yeah. You've
With
seen
the
that
polo?
dude at press conferences,
You white
right?
people figure out one dance move and you stick with it forever. So there's a
Whoa,
You're damn
whoa,
right.
whoa,
doing it.
whoa! Hang on. I will not stand for the slander. I mean, it's absolutely true, but don't be saying that out
Look,
loud.
Mike,
Why are you
I'm
gonna?
Mike.
sorry if I spit the truth.
How
and
are
there's
you gonna-
something wrong with it?
Mike, just because you know 2 dance moves.
I don't know 2. I know 1. I know one dance move that I figured out a
Okay.
long time ago, and I like it because I could do it.
Stay in your lane.
Like I could do it to a fast song, or I could just slow it down and do it to a slow song too. Like I
You
can,
can
I
slow
can.
dance river. You could slow song river dance.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive to.
See, and that's why when Mike moved in, the neighbors had a clogging problem.
I thought that was only when you're Dutch.
I don't know. Riverdance, they like kick stuff.
But they don't have clogs. The Dutch do. I'm both. I'm both Irish and Dutch, so I can do river dance with clogs
Conversation
on.
is way too white.
Man,
for me.
I would
What's going
love to have holiday meals at your house. They probably delish. Irish
Full
and
of
Dutch.
alcohol.
Scott,
Duh, like,
Scott, I was
stand by
just,
my statement, bro.
I was just digging. I was trying to find the Ballmer clip, Scott, from when he introduced
I've seen
Kawhi.
it.
I know. I was trying to play it. I don't have it on any of the boards. I was hoping to find it because we did it.
Why?
We had it one time for it might have been for a Cincy show that we did, but I remember having the thing where he was like, "It's cool. It's pretty cool," and I was gonna just drop that throughout this basketball talk, but I couldn't find the drop. I'm so disappointed.
Well, the good thing you didn't ruin our basketball talk with your silly drops.
You know,
hard hitting, important stuff that we've been talking about, making sure that people are up on all their current NBA news. And if you played some drop that had nothing to do with anything, you'd sully the good news that we were putting out there about the NBA.
Joe really needs to do his show prep and get the soundboard ready when we come on air.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree. Guys.
Also, Jenny, if you want to be the 100th comment, try harder.
She was the 100th
She
comment.
was the-
Jenny was
She
the
was-
100th comment.
Drew, I need you to pay attention to our show at one point. Just pick a point and then go from
I
there.
did. I saw.
At
I
one
feel
point,
like
1 week. We'll start again next week. We'll
Yeah.
get your fresh slate. But this week it's just not happening. It's the second or third time where you just completely missed on something. You're trying to talk shit.
But did I though?
Yeah,
Did
you
I?
did because she was
Yeah.
the 100th comment and you were gone off, walking off, doing something.
I thought
You
thought
did
it was when
disappear. Why
Cheryl
did you
said something.
Why did you disappear again tonight? You just got up and left. Like I'm looking at the Zoom, and all of a sudden Drew's gone. I'm like, all right, well I can't throw it to Drew
Well,
for this.
Because one, that's why we
I
do
was like, I
one-shots
guess we're
now.
just doing this show like without Drew now.
Two, it was basketball. I know I have nothing to add to basketball unless I'm talking about how fat James
We
Harden
hadn't even
is.
gotten to the basketball part. You just got up and walked off.
Guys,
No, that's
listen.
the basketball part.
Listen, I feel like this is a perfect time. Drew, take the wheel.
Also, did
Drew,
you know
it's
that
on you.
Kenyon-
You. Take the wheel, man.
Oh, it's my segment? Oh, I got
you
the
do
wheel?
the
All right,
show.
cool.
Take
Oh,
the
dear
wheel.
God.
God help us all. Drew is taking the wheel.
Yeah,
This man
yeah.
is trying to make up for last week. Drew was very
yeah.
disappointed in his performance in last
I
week's
was
episode.
not happy with it.
He was.
So was everybody else.
We watched film, and Drew realized he missed his spots. He was a little inebriated. He didn't
He
really.
dropped all the balls.
There was a
No,
lot
we
of
didn't- we
trouble
didn't-
from Drew.
We didn't watch any film.
But,
We burned it and buried it in the backyard.
did bury it.
The practice.
We buried it. So listen, Drew
Yeah.
said to me, "Listen, I want to make up for it. I want to take control of the show." So Drew, I'm handing over the reins. Take the wheel. God
All right,
help
I
us.
appreciate that. I got to be honest, guys. I'm excited about this. I put a lot of
Jesus,
thought into
take the
this,
wheel.
which is why
Yes,
I'm
that's why
going
it's
to be
Drew
really
taking the wheel.
disappointed when this flops. But you know, I've opened myself up. I'm expecting the worst, and that saying about planning for the worst. No, I'm expecting planning, and it will be the worst. So you know what do you got to lose. Also, did you know that Kenyon Martin's kid plays for the Rockets right now?
I did know that.
I only found out
Does he
because
have
I-
a giant lip tattoo on his neck? That'd be the way I'd single him out, like I do his father.
I only know because it was on the ESPN ticker that he was in COVID
I'm like,
protocol.
look
So
at
that's
that
all I know about
jackass.
him.
Look at that jackass who has lips tattooed on his neck. Oh wait, that's right. It's Kenyon Martin. Never mind.
Fair enough. All right. So what I figured we could do is it is Christmas this week. It does conjure up a lot of discussions, a lot of situations that we find ourselves in as groups where we can relate to one another, because at the end of the day, when family comes together for the holidays, it's really not that different between households. So I figured let's talk about some of our favorite aspects of the holiday season. Let's rate
Flavor.
them, chop it up. Yeah,
Brr.
for real. So what I want to do first is let's do a sip, chug, drain, pour on some favorite holiday memories.
Ryan, do you know Sip Chug Drain Pour? Are you familiar enough with the show to
That's
know
like
that?
Mary Boff Kill, right?
Yes. Yeah. Wait,
Okay,
Mary
yeah,
what
see,
kill?
I remember from last week's episode.
Mary what
Boff
kill?
kill.
Mary
Wow.
Boff kill?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like the British version of the game.
Oh, wait, do British people seriously say boff?
What the
Yeah.
buff is that?
Like we use duck in the show chat to fill in for a different word.
Mother
The-
ducker.
yeah, the British
Well,
use
I know
boff.
what words I'm using. Yeah, boff is the new word.
Mary
Boff
Boff
is
kill.
okay. So boff. I
I learned
didn't.
about that from watching 30 Rock. I didn't get it from any British thing.
I
It's
respect that.
30 Rock.
Rock's a
I had no
fantastic
idea
show.
that was the thing. Oh yes.
I watched the entire series. I don't remember that, but
Yeah.
I trust you because that sounds like some white.
Well, and clearly Ryan has established himself as an expert in all things, so I trust him with my life.
It went
at
from
this
hockey
point.
to all things.
Yes.
Okay,
well, did you
whatever.
see how he answered the hockey questions? Yes, I
Yeah,
trust him with
yeah,
everything.
well,
everything. And
Okay,
omniscient,
okay. Buff you, and let's move on.
So, all right. Well, we
All right,
Drew.
Drew.
Because I think what's going to be fun about this is we're going to do sip, boff, drain, pour. And then in between those, I'll just kind of throw you guys some quick hitters on some, again, Christmas themed topics. So let's start off here with Christmas cookies. Sip, cookies, God. Sip, boff, train, pour. I'm trying so hard, man. I'm like nervous
Train
over
pour?
here.
Are we train pouring it or drain pouring it?
Yes. So Christmas cookies, peanut butter style cookies. So we're going to lump them all in together because you got the ones with the four cross or the little Hershey Kiss. Peanut butter cookies, gingerbread cookies, gingerbread house situations, or those like iced sugar cookies that are decorated with all the sprinkles and stuff. So sip. I'm in my own head now, man. I'm so nervous that I'm fucking up on
what the boff,
sip,
bro?
Boff, drain, pour, peanut butter cookies, gingerbread cookies, or ice decorated cookies for Christmas.
Who are you going to first?
Scott, let's go to you first.
Are you going to me?
I want to hear your opinion on these cookies,
Okay,
Scott.
I'm
and they can be as thin as you want.
I'm drain pouring the
Not train
peanut
pouring?
butter one. Yeah, the drain pour for the peanut butter ones because you couldn't explain them properly, so I still don't know what they are.
So it's either the plain peanut butter that have the fork crosses.
Don't
in
care.
them, or
I'm sipping the gingerbread cookie because they're amazing, and I love gingerbread cookies. And I'm boffing the hell out of some iced sugar cookies, man. That's my jam. I'd be boffing those bitches all day.
All right, Ryan, let's hear your take because I feel like you got a follow up there.
All right, so sip peanut butter. I love the peanut butter drop cookies with the Hershey's Kiss in the middle.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to
look
say.
at and then in one sentence, Ryan described it better, and I understood what
did.
the hell he was talking about. Thank you, Drew.
You know, in all my preparation, I didn't remember to get drunk when I practiced my
You didn't
saying.
factor in pronunciation. I got
Yeah.
you.
Oh no, I practiced in front of the mirror, but I was just sober when I did it, so it's not
Ow, now,
translated
brown
well.
cow. Ow, now,
Exactly.
brown cow. I got this.
So continue on, Ryan. You're gonna sip the peanut butter cookies.
Sipping peanut butter cookies. I'm boffing the gingerbread
Nice.
and drain pouring the icing, the decorated ice cookies because there's some people ice it too much, and there's just so much icing to deal with. It's like some people ice it too much, like they're a kid in the kitchen. Like, icing! I'm gonna put icing on this cookie. It's just gonna be all icing.
This is your expert, folks.
Ryan
This
but
this is
here's
your
the thing.
expert.
I agree 100% with Ryan's take. Sipping the
you're
peanut butter,
passing the
both
beat
types
tonight?
of peanut butter. And I knew the crazy thing was I knew what Drew was talking about with the crossed fork
The
on
cross
the
fork
peanut
thing.
butter.
The
Yeah.
cross fork.
Yeah, the
My
cross
mom did
fork
that all
peanut
the
butter
time.
cookie.
But also the drop, the Hershey Kiss drop. Ooh, that is the premier
It's money.
cookie.
Yeah.
I am also boffing the gingerbread because it's all right. I also feel it's a little racist to throw in the G word like that, but whatever. I'm okay with that.
No, you
I'll let it
would.
stand.
It was a hard R. To be
Yeah,
fair.
it
You're
goes
right.
hard R, and I don't like that. They could say gingerbread. I'd be cool with that one, but they go gingerbread, and I think that's a little much there. And then I'm gonna drain pour the sugar cookies with the frosting, and here's why. When people put the food coloring in the frosting, my mouth ends up looking green or red, and I don't like that. I'm very self-conscious about that.
You
so
don't
I
like
don't.
looking
I don't.
like you sucked up a
Yes,
Smurf
exactly,
for the
exactly. I'm not a big fan of my mouth turning colors after eating a cookie. So drain pouring the hell out of those sugar cookies.
Did
Although
you kill a Smurf? No, I just ate a cookie.
my wife did just make some sugar cookies and homemade frosting, and it's delicious. But I only eat the white frosting because then it just looks like I had cum in my mouth. Drew, what's next?
Heyo. All right, so now we're just gonna go around the horn real quick with a quick hitter. Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Scott,
Day.
Ryan,
Eve.
Mike.
Day.
I'll throw out Eve. There we go. See,
Even
look how
money.
smooth
All
this
right.
is
Wow.
going. Nice.
Drew.
All right.
Handling this segment.
Hey, when I actually put my effort into something, I only fuck it up half as bad. So again, sip, boff,
Cookies.
drain, pour. If you all right, so again, if whatever it is, Eve or Day, whatever your main celebration is,
Main
what is your
squeeze
main
is.
course? Are you guys doing turkey, ham, or fried chicken?
A very weird range.
I didn't know what else to put. It's either turkey, ham, or other.
turkey,
like-
ham, or fried chicken.
Well, because there was.
I'm sorry, pizza wasn't available. We went with fried chicken.
It wasn't. Domino's is closed, but KFC
Top
was
3
still
answers
open.
are on the board.
What
Fried
about
chicken was
Chinese?
number
What about
3.
Chinese turkey?
Nah, so there was one. Well, whatever. There was one year in my family where dinner got fucked up. The only thing that was open was Mr. Chicken. If anyone in Redford/Detroit, Michigan, they know what I'm talking about. Mr. Chicken. They got chicken.
Ham.
If you don't like
Move
chicken,
on.
don't come here. So
Ham.
you're gonna sip ham, boff
Yeah.
what, and drain.
I'm
what?
definitely boffing
Other?
turkey. No, I'm boffing turkey because they're the only 2 traditional things. It's ham, turkey, and then fried chicken. So I guess I'm drain pouring whatever miscellaneous
what?
third you come up with.
I could have done roast beef. That's what I should have done. That would.
Yeah, you could have done something within the realm of turkey and ham instead of fried chicken.
It was so
It didn't
good.
fit the theme.
It's
at
that
all.
classic Christmas dinner. You remember when Tiny Tim goes up to his dad and he's like, do you
I
have
want
the
the
fried
big piece,
chicken?
Father.
Just the dark meat, Papa.
Yeah.
I want the good leg, Papa.
All
'Cause I
right.
don't have one.
Oh, no pun
don't have one.
intended. Oh shit.
I'm gonna go, Drew. I'll bail you out here a little bit. I'm gonna sip ham. I am going to boff pasta because that's what we do is pasta, not fried chicken. We have pasta for Christmas, and then I'm gonna drain pour turkey because you just had it for Thanksgiving. There's no need to duplicate and do it again at Christmas. Slow down with the turkey. One time a year with turkey. Thanksgiving. That's the only time. Oh, okay. Ryan's
All right,
disappointed.
Ryan, weigh in there.
All right, I'm sipping me some fried chicken, and I'll tell you
Yeah.
why. Because
Well, I didn't think it was a
Does
real
you wanna
option.
Make Drew feel better about himself.
Scott, that ship is like, I was like, oh, this is going to be a great story. Like, people are going to get on board, and they'll be like, this is the year that our Christmas got fucked up.
And then you chose fried chicken. To
well,
like-
because that's what
let me
happened.
finish.
you
Let me
should have
finish as to
told
why.
the story first.
Let me finish as to why I said fried chicken. Because I've made this in the past, and I'm gonna get this year too. I'm making chicken parmesan.
Oh, man.
Nice.
That sounds good.
Ooh,
That's
into
good.
chicken parm.
But that's
Chicken
also
parm.
not the
That changes
intention,
the
Ryan.
game,
But this
man.
year, but this year I'm doing chicken in the air fryer, so it's crispier. So it's
Hell
awesome.
yes.
Air fryer chicken's the shit.
Air fried chicken.
But
is
also,
good.
wrong. Banned. That's not the point. It's not good fried chicken. It's fast food chicken. Like, yeah.
Okay,
Or-
so sip fried chicken, boff,
All right, that's
turkey, and
Drain
jettison
pour
ham
ham.
into the sea.
All right. Going back to the quick hitters now here. Pictures with Santa, yay or nay? Scott.
Yay.
Oh, is that unanimous yay?
Yeah, definitely.
Yay.
You got to do that.
Some people they're not about it, but I agree. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the sip, boff, drain, pour, and this one's gonna be about those relatives that everyone seems to have one of, and they just cannot deal with. But
Fried
they're
chicken.
there. I left the uncle that sneaks you fried chicken while you're waiting for dinner to be made. I left him off this list, but we all know he's the real hero.
They'll
The
wear
ones
capes.
the ones I do have on this one though are the creepy uncle that everyone just kind of like, I don't know, man. He could be like, the Unabomber, or just like limit your time with
Or
him,
going after co-eds
Or-
all the time.
or going after co-eds all the time.
and
or-
commit bestiality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God, dude, you guys
Uncle
don't forget
Drew.
anything.
Drew, are you creepy Uncle Drew?
Or the drunk cousin that everyone knows is just going to be a mess, but at least that's someone to take a distraction off another awkward family situation. Or the third one being the really nice significant other that you get to know of one of your family members, but looking at the relationship, yeah, they're not going to be back here next year, which is unfortunate because, man, we had a good time. We bonded, but you're not her type, or he's not your type, or you know what I'm saying? So sip, boff, drain, pour those relationships in your family at the holidays.
Who goes first, Drew? Steer the ship.
Scott.
Steer the ship. Okay.
I'm drain pouring both of the relatives, and I'm boffing the significant other that's not going to be back the next year.
Nice.
Wonder what your wife thinks about that.
We didn't specify whether it
He
was
didn't
before,
say he was
after,
fucking
during,
him. He
didn't
just
say it
said
was-
boff. He just
I-
said
I-
it was
I thought it was
boff.
like an open marriage situation. I'm sorry. I didn't
No!
realize what was coming.
Ryan, don't go all Drew on us. Calm down.
Sorry, Mrs. Kaiser.
Mrs. Kaiser. That's right. Not Cheryl. She's Mrs. Kaiser. to you,
Mrs.
sir.
Kaiser to me because I don't know her.
Ryan, you seem like a stand-up guy. I don't think you belong here.
I don't.
you're too good for this show, man.
But here's the thing: it was my stupid idea to be on the show because I don't have 2 shows. Like, I don't have a show this Friday or next Friday.
So
we're
we're-
kinda heavy, though.
He's like, I'll slum it for 1 fucking week if it means I get content out there. Fuck. He's like, who's doing a show? Oh, look, these idiots. Fine, yeah, I'll be on there.
Oh, and I get to drink
Penthouse Suite
during it
outhouse.
too.
God.
All right, Ryan. What do you sip, boff, drain pouring out of those holiday relatives?
All right, sipping is the drunk cousin because at least there's some entertainment value in the drunk cousin.
Right.
Unless they're sad, like depressing drunk. Like I don't like the depressing drunk.
No. Yeah.
Boff is going to be a significant other who you will not see next year because again, entertainment value.
Yeah.
And the jettison into the sea, drain pour. What was the other one? Last one.
The
creepy
Uncle
uncle.
Jen.
Creepy uncle. Oh God, yeah. No, the creepy
It's
uncle.
Uncle
you know,
Drew.
set him adrift.
See, the benefit is in my family, I'm the only uncle, so like, there's no one better than me in a way.
You're both the best uncle and the creepy uncle. Congratulations,
Exactly,
Drew.
right?
no.
And they don't know what a good uncle looks like, so I'm kind of off the hook. Mike, what are you going with here on your sip, boff, drain, pour of your Christmas relatives?
I'm also drain pouring the creepy uncle. That's always weird when you're like, dude, can you back up
Very
a
wise,
little bit?
very
Like,
I know. Can
just,
you
like,
stop drinking?
Like,
please?
yo, just put that down and just
That's why
step
he's so Drew
away.
Like I'm wasted.
that's
and
also-
you're just embarrassing. Me.
That's also the uncle that always brings up politics too. It's like, shut the fuck up. All right, I get it.
They
Get
also
out of
show up
here.
to the party with their own supplies.
they
so
do,
when they
yeah.
Get cut off. They've got the
No,
flask.
you know what that uncle does? That uncle brings cheap beer to the party and then drinks the
Drinks all
good
the
beer
fancy
and then
shit.
takes his
Yep.
cheap beer home like an asshole.
Yeah.
Fuck that uncle. All right,
He's like,
anyways.
oh well, nobody touched my sixer.
Well,
Yeah.
but if it's Miller Lite, then that's fine because they can just take that shit.
Right.
I mean, that's fair.
fornication in a canoe.
But also, like, dude, seriously, you can't bring cheap beer, drink the good beer, and then take the cheap beer home. Like, that's some bullshit move. I am gonna chug. Oh
This
man,
is your
it's
Christmas present.
it's so hard to
This
pick
holiday
between.
5-pack.
I would take a holiday 5er of Heineken though. I do like that beer.
I think I'm
I do
gonna
like
chug. I think I'm gonna chug the drunk cousin. Because the drunk cousin, the
That's how
drunk
you do it in the Midwest.
You're
Yes, that
chugging
is
your
what we do in
drunk
the movie.
cousin.
Chug the drunk cousin. Heyo,
Heyo.
Cam, cut this right here.
and I'm gonna sip
Chug
the
drunk cousin.
the significant other.
Covfefe.
Drew, back to you.
So you want to host the show, Drew? Go ahead.
It ain't that easy when you're laughing your ass off, is it, Drew?
I mean, you got Scott over here going, chug the drunk cousin, eat the covfefe.
I know, it's not fucking easy. And then you
I'm
gotta.
still waiting on you to finish your thought.
I just finished it. You can assume. Then I sip the girlfriend that's not there next year.
I didn't think you had more. I was just wondering if you had more to say about
No.
the significant other you know won't get asked back. But all right, that's fine. Back to the quick hitters here. I'll give you.
We got to speed up, Drew. We still got to do
all
our
right,
picks. Okay.
Well, if you had stopped laughing like a child over there. Do you guys do a family drink? Like in my family, we all do a
No.
toast of fire. Perfect. Right.
Starting this year, I will.
Nice. Mike.
Yeah, it's just whatever booze is available. That's our family drink.
Oh, that counts.
You don't
Yeah,
do
then
a
I meant
toast
to do
with
that.
whatever booze is available?
No,
or
we just drink
Now, whatever's
whatever.
in
Like,
hand.
hey,
you just
there's
drink everything
booze
until
here.
it's
Let's
over.
get fucked up.
All right.
Merry,
go.
Merry
Blue cacao,
boofing
blue
Christmas.
Curacao,
Very buffing.
creme de
Christmas.
menthe, and
Ooh.
whiskey.
Hey guys, I found some hypno. You guys want to party? Hell yeah! Merry Christmas.
vomit with some Hypno. We need to get shots of that again. All right.
Let's get
I
buffed
found
up.
moonshine. Let's get
Let's get
see
buffed up on
Let's get
this
buffed
pod,
up.
let's get buffed.
All right. So I know, Mike, you said we're running behind here, so I'm going to wrap it up with this last one.
We just came up with the title of this episode, the Boffed episode.
This episode
so
this
boffed.
episode
Is
got
that
boffed.
is that two
The
F's?
guys get boffed.
Is that two F's in boff? I don't know how to
Yes,
spell
there's
boff.
two F's in
Okay.
boff.
All right.
I would gladly drink Everclear, Tyson. You ship it to my house, and we'll do an episode just like that.
Tyson said Burlon's family drink. Yes.
Yes.
It's so
Factual.
damn true.
Factual.
It's like, look, hey, we ran out of all the other shit. What else we got? Fuck it, let's do it. And then we drink whatever is there. Here's a fun story. My grandpa once poured aftershave over bread and then ate that to get drunk. So that's how my family rolls.
Shit.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Did he chase it with rubbing alcohol or something?
No, it was like you pour it over the bread and then that like is supposed to filter it, but then he also ate the bread, so I don't know what Grandpa had some problems.
Because he was drunk, and then you know what happens after you get drunk? You get hungry.
Grandpa was also the same
Well,
one.
during the Persian times, we had to make do with what we had.
That's exactly what it was. He was like, back in the war, this is how we did it. I was like, oh, okay. He was also the same one that was like, listen, when you're ordering whiskey, you order a 2-finger pour. And I was like, okay. I'm like 3. I'm like, sure, that sounds great, Grandpa. And he's like, you use these 2 fingers. And he held out his thumb and his pinky. And I was like, God damn, Grandpa gets fucked up.
Got boffed up.
Boff, yeah, Grandpa.
Sounds like Grandpa B and my grandpa served in the same regiment in the war then, because that sounds very similar, but ours was vodka.
Nothing
right.
like your breath smelling like brew, baby.
Oh, yes, sir. All right, last one here, boys, and we can move on to locked in here. So again, this is a sip, bop, drain pour.
No, you're
And
right.
what
This
we're
is a shit show, is
Shit
what
is
this
Boffed
is.
up, all boffed up.
This is all boffed, but sip, bop, drain pour on what was the worst Christmas ever in your family. So the first one, and I tried to just sort of group them into categories so that'd give us a rating
I don't
system,
want to
but-
sip any of the worst Christmases ever. Why would I want to marry one of the worst
because
Christmases ever?
sometimes they can be really entertaining.
Look, Scott,
the year
respect the
Grandma
game.
dropped the turkey, like the year that the dinner was ruined and you ended up with fried chicken. So that's the first category. The second one is
Or Chinese turkey.
or Chinese turkey. Your best friend broke his arm in the turkey bowl. So like some catastrophic injury happened that threw everything just off kilter. And then the third one is the year that you found out that Santa wasn't
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa,
wasn't
whoa,
what?
whoa,
Coming
whoa.
before
No.
2 a.m.?
Hang on, Drew. You can't
Because
go
I did
dropping.
get a little upset when I got back from church one night at midnight mass and he hadn't shown up yet. But rest assured, by the morning time, he had rectified that shit. So,
Yes.
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say
I
that
thought it was gonna be the
s-
story about Mama kissing Santa Claus.
No, it was more along the lines of Santa Tracker from Google was off, and even though it said he had already come to our house and the presents weren't there, kind of Scott, like you said with Midnight
Dude.
Mass, Santa couldn't keep to a schedule, and it's like, come on, man, can you be a little bit
Okay,
reliable
good
in my
save.
life for
Good
once?
save. Good save. When did you guys find out? When did you find out, Drew? How
I
old were
honestly-
you?
I honestly don't remember. It's just a thing that was like, yeah, obviously. Like it wasn't like I had a kid in like class that's like, hey, by the way, situation.
Yeah, no,
Scott, how
Wait,
old were you?
why are we holding our tongues? It's not like there's any children.
There are a
watching
lot
this
of kids
shit.
watching. This is a family
And if there
show,
are
Drew.
kids watching this, they're already
They
past
do
this
know.
phase.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
they need new adjective for the F word.
Yeah, exactly. They learned Boffin
They're like,
tonight,
I
so-
believe in these three to entertain me, so I damn sure don't believe in Santa no more.
When did
Exactly.
you find out, Scott?
I actually just had this conversation with my mom yesterday. I think I was like 7 or 8, and I'm not gonna lie, that's probably a little bit older than most of you. I really wanted to ignore all the signs. I put blinders on because I really, really wanted Santa to be real. But wrote a letter to Santa, and like I said, I think I was 7 or 8, and this is when I was like, God, I think the jig is up. The letter that Santa wrote back was in my mom's handwriting, and I was like, Mom, why does Santa have like, why is that your handwriting? And she's
busted.
like, well, Santa can write in whatever handwriting he wants. And I'm like, it doesn't really track.
I do the same run around for my mom too.
So yeah,
What-
it was like 7 or 8 when I was like, all right, the jig is up.
How old are you, Ryan?
I would say I'd probably say like 9 or 10.
Okay.
But here's the thing: like I would actually write Santa letters to different kids, like as an adult, because I love the myth, the legend of not myth.
I
so much,
love
the
it.
legend of Santa
That's
Claus.
amazing. That's amazing, dude.
But I wouldn't
Yeah.
do handwritten letters. I would do type letters.
See, yeah, so
Christmas
you don't get
letterhead.
busted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the way to do it. Like Santa's secretary took notes
Santa's official letterhead.
as he's telling the elf, read that back to me. God damn it, you messed it up. And then it's like, good Lord, Santa has a hostile work environment.
Dictated, not typed, not read.
I'll never forget it. I was 12 years old. 12 years, I was in 6th grade. And I wrote a letter to Santa asking for my girlfriend at the time to give me a kiss for Christmas. Wow. And my dad was like, hey, Mike, if you're old enough to be asking for a kiss, you're old enough to know that Santa isn't real. And I was like, okay.
Horse Papa B was the
Yeah,
one who ended
I mean, I'll never forget. I know exactly where I was. We were in Youngstown at the corner of Market Street and 224, right by the old Circuit City. And my dad was like, hey, Mike, by the way, and dropped that bomb on me. And I just had to sit there the whole ride home just like, well, this is fucking embarrassing. Anyways.
I have a bucket list. I actually have a bucket list item, guys. And this is going to sound really interesting. But one day, like when I'm married and have kids, I would like to grow my beard out and become salt and pepper, kind of like Santa's beard. And I want to play them all Santa like once.
Oh, man.
Nice.
That'd be so cool.
I want to too, but I'm guessing you can guess why they'll probably not ask me anytime soon.
Because you're
your
not going to
potty
go
mouth.
gray?
Yes, because of the potty mouth. The potty mouth is what will keep me off of the Santa roll, not the
These
5
effing kids.
I was gonna say not
What the boff
Boffin-
do you want for Christmas?
I know, not the Boffin kids.
Drew.
I swear to God, if one more Boffin kid lets his pants on my lap, I'm gonna throw his ass through Rudolph.
Drew,
See,
well
and
done,
that,
man.
And that is the semi-drunk racist VA Santa that I grew up with and knew so well. Again, think Clint Eastwood and Gran Turismo.
Nice.
I try not to think about him.
Or Gran Torino, yeah, Gran Torino.
Yeah,
Was it
Gran
Gran
Turismo.
Turismo? Was
Played
it-
a little role
And
in
to
it.
think
That's a
that
video game.
Gran Turismo was
Yeah.
did he like? Was it the 5th one? Or was it
And to
the
think
one that's
Mike was just
coming
about
out
to be
with
like,
PS5?
Drew, great
I
segment.
was
You put
about
in
to
hard
See
work.
all
I
of
was
his
And I
about
wrinkles
to-
in
fucked
Gran
all that up,
Turismo,
too.
or
I was about to
did
give
they
you
digitally alter? Did
all
they
the
de-age
props,
him
Drew.
in Gran Turismo?
Drew, well done, man. You took the wheel. You steered the show. I'm proud of you, man. Good work. Well
It's
done.
not
Almost as good as a
You
car
didn't
in
drive it
Gran
into the sandbar. Thank you.
Well, but it didn't blow up at least.
I mean, let's face it. We're already in the sandbar.
There were
Let's
survivors.
do our picks.
Don't listen to them, Drew. You did a Boffin good job.
You did a boffin great job,
Appreciate
Drew.
this, guy.
You
Boffin,
did.
excellent job.
You did boffin.
now enjoy a plate of
fantastic.
cookies over there.
I have to update our rankings here as I
Put me
I.
in first,
Jesus.
and then continue on.
Also,
Put you in
while
first. What are you talking
while you try to
about?
vamp there,
Because
we
I'm
should-
6'9" and something.
No,
aren't I?
you are not anymore, my friend. You are
Oh,
not
well,
6'9"
update
and
this
1.
Shit, you dickhead.
Now
We were
you
all
are
catching those L's,
6'10" and 1, bro. Because
That doesn't have the same ring to it.
all of us lost
I'm
this past
contesting
week.
this season.
We all lost. So that takes me to 10-7 and 1. Drew falls to 7-9 and 1. Scott 6-10 and 1. Only one game back from Drew. We
Off
went
this.
over and unders on the championship games. Drew took the over in the Northwestern Ohio State game, over 57.5. That was a low scoring affair that Ohio State didn't even cover. That was a ugly game. Scott took the over in the Clemson Notre Dame game, and the fact that Notre Dame couldn't fucking score meant
Boffin.
that you hit the under on that one in a loss. And I stupidly took the under in the Florida-Alabama game. And Florida, it looked like the under was tracking, and then Florida decided to wake up and score a lot of points, and the over hit very easily. This week we are going to do the weird Saturday NFL games. We've reached that point in the season where we're playing on Saturday for some reason. I hate when the NFL does this. There's actually a Friday game this year. There's a game on Christmas, and then there's 3 games on
segment,
Saturday.
The NFL likes to call what the boff?
Yeah, exactly. So, Scott, pick a number 1, 2, or 3.
Doesn't matter. 1, sure.
1, you have Tampa Bay minus 9.5 at Detroit.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
Think Tom Brady can get over 10 points.
God,
Can
9
Tampa Bay
points.
do it?
Boff this game. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay to cover. Jesus Christ.
Tampa Bay to cover.
You said 9.5, right?
9.5 is the
Cool. They're
spread
gonna
on
win
it.
by 9. I can't wait. Cannot wait to get fucked by that half point. It's gonna be amazing.
Drew.
I'm sorry, boffed.
Yeah, Boff. Drew, 2 or
That's why they
3.
put it in there. Give me the 3.
3. You have the game that I was kind of hoping to get: Miami minus 3 at Las Vegas.
Miami minus 3 at Vegas. You know what? I'll take Miami given the points.
Yeah, I
believe
think they
into it.
cover.
Let's do it.
I think they cover at Vegas. That's what I was gonna go with if I
I
got
feel like
that
in
game.
Christmas spirit, we should just have Drew take whoever's playing against Patrick Mahomes. Right? Like, just whoever's playing against Patrick Mahomes, that's what Drew
Hey,
gets.
look, I've learned. I will pick
Merry Christmas, Drew.
I will pick PK in every game.
You son of a bitch.
That's a deep cut right there.
That is
That
a deep
is-
cut.
that
That's
hurts.
well
That
done, Drew.
hurts.
PK
That was
Mahomes.
rude. That was rude.
PK Mahomes. That leaves me
Yes,
with
sir.
the game I wanted
How
Scott to
dare
get.
you.
San Francisco at Arizona. Arizona, a 5-point favorite in this one. They're playing this one in Arizona, so it's an Arizona home game, but it's also San Francisco's home field for the rest of the season, right, Scott? So
wait, is that
this is
official?
the rare.
So the rest of the year,
Yeah, because
they're
they
playing
can't-
in Arizona. Yeah, they
Yeah,
can't.
because there's like restrictions
Right.
on everything in
Well,
California.
I thought it was. I thought I heard it was for 2 weeks. I didn't realize it was.
Well, there was
so, like,
no.
if
They only
do
had 2 home
playoffs-
games left.
Right,
And they're not making the playoffs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So it was the remainder of their home schedule was being played in Arizona. So this is the rare
Man, talk
both
about
teams
charity.
feel at home in Arizona. So I'm gonna take Arizona to cover that 5 points. I think Kyler Murray and his tiny little ass can get it done against Scott's Niners.
Hey, Kyler Murray has been a fantastic fantasy quarterback for me all season.
Look, he's done fine. He's done
I
fine.
hope that he
He's
does it.
just
I'm
not.
trying to get this higher draft pick. Fuck. Go Kyler
Get you-
Murray.
I'm trying to
Ryan-
get you some Trevor Lawrence over here.
Ryan,
right?
Hells
do
yeah,
you
baby.
think
Give
do you
me
think
some
we got?
sunshine.
Do you think we made the right picks there? Tampa Bay minus 9.5, Arizona minus 5, Miami minus 3.
Oh shit! I'm supposed to be betting on these.
Oh, sure. Sorry, I've been distracted. My sister was presenting me a bowl of water that had gone bad from the cats.
Oh God!
Dumped a couple places of food in it. We couldn't place the smell, and it was.
Oh, that's
was
awful. That is disgusting. But
Yes, it is. But I think
so we're going all favorites in this one. Just to recap for everybody, we got Scott has Tampa Bay minus 9.5 against Detroit. I am taking Arizona minus 5 against San Francisco, and Drew taking Miami minus 3 against Las Vegas. I have a feeling we're going to see quite a few losses coming up on this one too, just because that's how it goes. Like, we just happen to lose games quite a bit in this one. Guys, this has been a super fun show. Let's give a shout out to our friends at Morning Recovery. If you drink like we do on the show, if you're doing Kong beer bongs, then you need to go hit up More Labs. Last Call is brought to you by More Labs. All you got to do, drink 1 bottle of Morning Recovery while you're partying and bounce back quickly the next morning, guaranteed. Just go to morelabs.com, use the code SPORTS at checkout for 20% off your non-subscription purchase. There it is. I found it. I found the.
Hey Mike,
I found the
one
drop.
last time because I'm putting the bets into Bovada now. We got the Bucks minus 9.5, the Cardinals minus 5, and the Dolphins minus 3. Right?
That sounds right.
Cool. We'll roll with that. The good news is that we may make it through the entire football season without losing our entire bank.
Well, that's what I like to hear. Drew, since you're up,
have goals.
what were you drinking
Festivus
tonight?
Miracle.
And we were rating this one on the Santa scale from creepy John Travolta in the Capital One commercials all the way up to Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I will rate this resident Culture Brewing Company beer from Charlotte, North Carolina, a Kramer from Seinfeld as Santa.
Oh, damn.
So pretty
Nice.
upfront and racist, or
Yes, no, Kramer himself was never racist. The actor who portrayed him on the show was, but Kramer
all you white
himself
people
wasn't.
look alike?
That's fair, absolutely. But no, this is a solid brew, man. A nice session IPA, a good way to ease back into the drinking game after you had a rough night before. A lot of flavor, great smell, solid mouthfeel, just all around great beer, and I can't wait to have it again.
Fantastic. Scott, what were you drinking tonight, and rate it on the Santa Claus scale?
I had 2 brews tonight, Mike. Both of them from Noble Ale Works Brewing Company out of California, Anaheim. There, fantastic brews, both of them. I had their original naughty sauce, which is one of those mindfuck stouts that's golden, and it's got all of the coffee flavor. And then all they did was just salt bay with a little cinnamon on this one, and throw it in there for the cinnamon roast crunch version of their ale. And good God, they're both delicious. I would prefer the cinnamon roast crunch over the 2 because I like that little extra flavor that the cinnamon gives it. But seriously, both very quality brews. I'm going to give this a Billy Bob Thornton and Bad Santa.
Wow, it hit the top of
I
the
love this.
scale.
I love this brew. Both of them.
Fantastic. Ryan, what were you drinking tonight rated on the Santa Claus scale?
I was drinking Slickfin Brewing Lone Star Stout. This is the can that the Crowler came in. So I was drinking that pretty much the entire show. 8.3% ABV, 4.19% on Untapped. So it's an imperial stout. It's chocolate raspberry. It would make it a great dessert beer. So have yourself a nice chocolate cake or brownie. Pairs very well with it.
Like
I
a
say-
special brownie?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that special, but like I'm thinking like, but I'm thinking like salted caramel cut brownie. On the Santa
Wait,
scale,
what was that? Salted what?
salted caramel?
Oh, good
Shit.
God. Well, so much,
Motherfucker.
so much for your expert.
Sorry, Scott, I asked him to clarify because I thought he was going to correct himself.
Yeah,
but
I
was
know.
wrong.
He knows
Expert
words. He's got the
Ryan.
best words.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Caramel is correct.
And
to incorrectly say words, Ryan.
on the Santa scale, I'm gonna give it Kurt Russell and Christmas Chronicles.
Oh, good
Nice.
call. I just watched that. My son is big into Christmas Chronicles right now. Not bad. I don't hate it. It's all right.
Nice.
I don't hate
It's
it.
got Kurt Russell in it, man. How
It's
could
a
it be?
yeah.
Kurt
It's all
Russell,
right.
He played Coach Brooks in Miracle.
Yeah, he's solid. I'll give that to him. I was drinking the French word for Merry Christmas. I'll say it.
Joyeux Noel.
Thank you, Ryan. I was gonna go
You're
with
welcome.
Joyeux Noel.
Joyo Mayo.
Joey Noel.
Joyeux Noel is what I was drinking from Diebolt Brewing. I'm gonna give this one Ed Asner in Elf. I think that was a fantastic Santa portrayal. This is a really good.
Authentic.
This is a good Christmas beer. Like this is it's not necessary. I wouldn't necessarily put it up with like Christmas Ale or 12 Dogs of Christmas, which are 2 of my
Christmas
favorite
Ale.
Christmas beers.
but
But-
creme de la creme.
Yes, it's not
Are we
up there.
keeping you awake, Scott? I'm sorry.
It's not there, but it is solid. Yeah, and
Mom has been.
I would what just happened? I'm trying to get my beer rating here, you son of a bitch. It's a good beer. It's a good beer is what I'm saying. Ed
Solid
Asner.
brew.
Head on over to morelabs.com,
Give it a
use the code
6.
SPORTS, and get 20% off your entire order. Fellas,
Also, I was wrong. We ran out of money. We had $1.78 left in our bank this week. We started with 20. We are down to $1.78, so I can't place our bets.
I thought there was no way that was true when you said it, but I'm like, I mean, he's looking at it. He would know.
I
but-
thought
Yeah.
it meant we
I
had it.
can't read. So
Yeah,
what do know?
I thought it meant we had $1.78 after the bets I was placing. Like I thought it live updated. That's not the case. So we've gone ahead and lost our entire bank.
$1.78 the amount of money that Homer Simpson got in the paycheck when he played Santa Claus?
I believe
Went to the track.
it
Sweet
all
irony,
ties
sweet,
in.
sweet irony.
It all
Well
ties
done,
in.
sir.
Ryan, thanks so much for hanging out with us, man. Plug your social
awesome.
media. Where can people find you, man?
Thank you guys for having me. I really do appreciate it. I'm happy this came together, especially during Christmas time, because I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday, one of my favorite holidays. So you can check out my stuff for writing at bellyupsports.com. I recently came out with actually it's going to come up tomorrow, I think, my latest NHL coaches hot seat scale. That comes out weekly. So lots of movement on that scale. I'm also doing, have my podcast, which is No Credentials Required. We just recorded our last episode of 2020 yesterday. Talked about all things Christmas. We talked about the hockey season. We're doing that hockey. And we talked about the college football playoff. And a run for the weekend, which is usually every Friday. Again, the next 2 Fridays. So it's Christmas and New Year, so I won't be doing shows, but usually it's every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm usually just talking sports and drinking beer. Usually it's local beer because I like to support my local community, especially during this time of COVID. Support your local businesses, folks. It's a good thing you're doing, keeping people in business. And again, I just want to thank you guys for letting me be on your show this week. I had a lot of fun.
Dude, this is
anytime.
it was
Sir.
great.
We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
come back
This is
anytime
awesome.
because we need hockey experts on the show. Is what
Yeah,
we
wait,
need.
I was gonna say, didn't you
Sons
just get a
of bitches.
promotion to some very important place within Belly Up?
I guess you could say I got an important promotion. I'm now the hockey head of Belly Up Sports.
Awesome.
So
There you go.
I'm your
Scott-
department head for all things hockey.
Expert at Belly Up Sports, expert on craft brewed sports.
Mother
But I
Trounce,
also want to know.
You
though,
just
I wanna
boffed Scott up in that.
Well, but as the head of the hockey department, how bad is this episode gonna affect Scott's annual performance review?
Boff you, Drew.
Look, man, I'm just trying to look out for you and
from 1 to
yours, Scott.
Santa.
Heavy
John
Santa
Travolta
there.
Capital One commercial.
Ryan, thanks so much for hanging out with us, man. This was a great time.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Merry
Thank you,
Christmas
sir.
to everyone in the
Appreciate it.
office.
Check
Merry
out-
Christmas, you guys.
Merry
Check out
Christmas,
all
guys.
of Ryan's articles along with everybody else at bellyupsports.com and be sure to subscribe to all of the podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. Tons of amazing podcasts. Subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us at Crafty Sports on Twitter and Instagram. We're so close to 1,000. I want 1,000 before the end of the year, and I'm giving away a Kong Bong. So follow us at Crafty Sports. Tell your friends, follow us, help us out. It's amazing to help us out. Share the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great Christmas, a great weekend, and we're going to be back next week. Our first time we're doing a New Year's show, so be back next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
Milk and cookies.
Yeah.